Hello, Sath. Why, thank you, since you couldn't see it yet. Appreciate you. And I am doing my nails. I feel so right having dark magenta back. I've missed having magenta, period. You could see a bit. You could see, like, my scalp, which is hot pink at the moment. But this is my favorite of all the hair colors. My hair got stuck in my ring. Of all my hair colors, this is like my favorite. So I don't know, girl, if I've ever sent you my hot pink hair. Remind me. With my entire existence as a Satanist in Kansas, God bless, Alig. You just dyed your hair today too, Chris. I love it. We're in sync. The girlies are in sync. We're all feeling it. We need something. I'm also gonna paint my nails here with you guys, and look at this sexy fucking color I found. It's gonna be yummy. It's giving vibes. It's giving vibes. Also, Alig, I'm so sorry that you have somehow managed to trigger the comment section. RIP. I honestly cannot explain to you enough how much, like, if you are a diabolist and that is your discipline of practice in the occult, the way that you just get dogpiled on, and for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Like, you could literally be somebody who, like, rescues puppies and kittens from slaughterhouses and stuff, and they would just be like, ah, you're evil. Why? Because you work with Lilith. And you're like, you can't be serious. You're like, I donate 20% of my income to charity, which is more than most people can tithe to their church. And they'll be like, it doesn't matter. You're beyond redemption. And you're just like, I don't know what their version of being beyond redemption is, but But thank you guys. I really like my hair this way. I'm so happy to have the deep magenta back, even if, like, we all know it's going to fade in a couple weeks, but I wanted to cancel out the green and get us back on track. I'm like, magenta is me, okay? Magenta and purple and, like, all these, like, very cool colors. Why, thank you, Phoenix. I feel so pretty. Tomorrow, I almost said today, tomorrow is my Good Friday celebration with my dad. So I'm very excited. Hello, Miss Doss. How are you? How are you? Tomorrow is my Good Friday celebration with my father, and I say celebration because for some reason in our family, we celebrate Jesus's death more than his life, but like, for me, it's Inanna's descent into the underworld, so for me, like, it is kind of a happy day because it talks about self-reflection, it talks about growth, it talks about slowness. Mad by reminding them that their way isn't the only way. It makes me happy to rile them up. I know I'm not going to change their mind, and I'm not looking to. I know that they're not reasonable people. Yeah, there you go. Like, at least you know the audience. You know what I mean? You have to know the audience before you get in the comment section. The worst L's I've ever seen people take are people who misjudge the comment section tone. You know what I mean? But, like, if you already know that they're hateful, have at it. But thank you, y'all. I love my hair. It's so nice to be back. I've missed this version of me. I haven't had my hair magenta since I was 23 or 4. And it was bright magenta. It was literally the color of my scalp and all over my head. And I loved it. I loved it. The process to get it was hell. My poor father is a hairstylist. And, like, Sath, I feel like you and I have discussed having hairstylists in our life, like me and Auburn have. It was hell on earth for this poor man, and I feel so sorry for him because I had a very particular color in mind. As I've aged, I've definitely, like, settled into the idea that, like, I can have a taste of magenta in this hair color, but I don't need to be, like, fluorescent magenta. I don't need to be, like, a highlighter. Because for my coloring, it actually looks better if it's a little bit darker, I think. It just... Harry from Kingsman said to that lady in the church fight, right? Right? Oh, the Kingsman. Ooh, this nail color is like hot pink. Oh, this is gonna be fun tomorrow. My dad's gonna be like, there's a lot of hot pink going on here, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, call it reclaiming my girlhood or whatever. I just like hot pink. I've always liked hot magenta, though. I feel like magenta is one of those colors that's very, like, it's pink, but it's kind of like a rebellious pink, if you will. It's like Avril Lavigne's pink, you know? It's not like baby pink. I don't know if I make sense. To me, it makes sense. So I suppose that that's the point. But yeah, I was like, we need a little vibey shift, especially as we go into spring. And I know that Venus loves her pink and green combos. So I've already got the green rings. So I figure pink hair and pink nails. Definitely going to be rocking that Venusian flair for this weekend. Because for those of you that don't know, Easter is one of Venus's high holidays. So my Sunday is going to be very much prayer filled. So if y'all have prayer requests that you would like me to put on the altar, please feel free to pop them into general chat. And or this is the one time I'm going to tell y'all Pagos that for those of you that are in Discord, if you want specific things for me to pray to Venus to on her high holiday, pop into my Discord DMs. Totally confidential. Nobody's going to know that you did it. Give me all the deets that you want going to Mama Venus. If you want me to ask her for specific people to come back into your life, if you want money in your life, if you want love, if you want friends, if you want like a change of situation, you know, whatever it is, just pop up into my DMs and trust me, some prayers are being said this weekend. Because that is what the role of Venus is that she is very community and people oriented. She's often known as the goddess who's really all about women helping women. But you don't have to be a woman or a femme to help other people and do a good thing and to be Venusian. I feel like this is just one of those big myths that, you know, honestly gets very tiresome, especially as somebody who's a devotee of Venus. You get really tired of two things: the love and beauty archetype, which, like, yeah, it's a part of Venus, but she's also a battle goddess. She's as tactical as Athena. And part of where Athena came from is literally Venusian. So it's just interesting to me that like Ishtar and Athena and all these other versions of Venus get ignored. Like people pretend that Persephone isn't also an iteration of Venus. And I'm like, baby, Venus is literally the first one to go down into the underworld. Inanna was the first lady going down into the underworld. She sent her husband there because he was taking her for granted. Like, it's literally, it's a whole, there's a whole rabbit hole. Actually, there's a fabulous book called Inanna. I'm trying to remember the author's name, but it tells all of her stories and actually gives this amazing interpretation from scholars alongside of it. I highly recommend it for anybody who's interested in the topic. It completely changed the way that I interact with her. Because I just didn't realize that she's so fucking relatable. Like, she goes down to the underworld for 3 days. Okay, she's gone for literally multiple days. And the only person who did not notice her absence in the universe was not her children, who were obviously benefiting from her being their mother, was not like her best friend who was sitting there wringing her hands. It was literally her husband, who we had just listened to 78 pages of Babylonian porn about her getting together with, who was basically like, she walks up from the underworld after literally dying and being resurrected. And he's basically like, what do you want? And she was like, I can't with this fuck ass man, and sent him down to the underworld. And I love that. I love that because personally, booed. It's like when you just send them directly to the couch because they just... Like, all I'm saying is that if I ever walked in with my hair different and a man that I chose to be married to that way was like, I don't like it, or worse, just didn't notice, I'd be like... Ooh, it's one thing if you don't notice because you had a bad day. It's another thing if you don't notice because you just actually don't like me, but won't be real about not liking me as a person. You know what I mean? Like, the weird competitive... Like, you know how some people, like, you will literally get the world's best haircut. You'll have, like, the cutest nails, whatever. And, like, people will literally pretend like they don't see it because they don't like you, and it has nothing to do with the nails or the hair color. That shit makes me insane. So I was like, Mama Venus, I feel you. Like, thank God that she's been there too. And thank God that the goddess has literally sat there and just been like, about her own husband. Because then when you come to her for concerns, she's literally just like, mm-hmm. I feel like if Venus had a key phrase, it would be, I saw that. Because so many times in my life, I've been like going through it. And like I mention all this because as a fellow Diabolist, I feel like one of the most funny things too is that whenever I'm like, yeah, I work with Venus, they're like, oh, so like Aphrodite, that's so shallow. And I'm like, I work with Astaroth. And she fucks shit up. She's literally a dragon riding goddess of war and sex and is basically like the OG tactical goddess, and I crack up so hard because people will hear her title as like Queen of Heaven and assume that she's all like love and light, and I'm like, baby, oh no. Astaroth governs like all of science, all of information, all of technology, all of femininity as well. She's like, she exists in the reality that most female creatures in nature are bigger, stronger, and scarier than their male counterparts. 9 times out of 10. She exists in the reality of feminine rage. Like, Venus is not, she has softness to her, don't get me wrong. Like, you can absolutely work with those aspects, but that's not like, that's not all of it, you know? Like, yes, she likes pink. She will also fuck your shit up. Also, be proud of me, chat. I'm drinking less sugar. Oh. Meant about the new dumbassery from my boss. Oh my god, Seth, fill us in. Vent to us too. Us too. Us too. What's going on? What's she doing now? I'm gonna, you know what, Seth? I'm praying you out of this boss. Do you want a new boss? Because I could put that right on the altar. It's really no trouble. I'd like to see you with less of a dumbass. I wish your boss self-awareness. The dangerous one. If somebody starts praying for you to have self-awareness, you about to have an awakening of some kind. No promises it'll be a fun one. Also, Crystal, where'd you dye your hair? Did you keep it same or did you change it up? I want to get hype. So 2 days ago, I messaged my boss, said, hey, their Beatrice Pharmacy is doing a no-no, so here you're aware of it and can address it. Today, hi, Seth, they shouldn't be doing that. It will trigger an audit. No shit. Oh my god. Basically, what they just said is, could you go handle it so I don't have to? I fucking, no. No. They're literally, they have the authority because they're the ones that are supposed to address it. They literally have the title because it's their job to. No, curly hair. No, don't do it. Don't do it to me. This is my Italian girl struggle of the day. When the hair is so wavy that it catches the nail. God damn it. Behave. Hair, behave. Hang on. Let me hold it up for the fan. It's gonna be like straight up drying my nails. I'm so happy I'm finally painting my nails with Ustream. I feel like a nail painting stream once a week is definitely needed to keep maintenance going. And that's above my pay grade, yeah. Yeah, oh, girl, yeah. Please do not start managing for them without a significant pay raise. I'm talking like at least 15k increase before you do anything in management. Because fuck that shit. You need at least a 15k increase, minimum. I would actually say it's more like 25k, but depends on what they will do. I've been imagining. No wonder you understand me, Seth. There's weeks where I'm literally DMing Seth and I'm literally just like, in a world where, oh, by the way, can I just talk to y'all about how the universe works? I love how I was like, I'm in my slow, steady, gentle, more feminine era. I'm like, I'm receptive, I'm receiving, and then the universe was like, I'm gonna give you every possible opportunity to be in your very masculine do go fast perform energy. And I was like, asshead slow. You're the part of your job you paid for and demand a pay raise before taking on anything you're exactly like. But I need to help high bodies. Me and Crystal are pretty down for this. I'm just saying that very on brand for today's game as well. But nobody say this around DOS, because DOS does not hear anything. DOS is suddenly deaf and blind. DOS has become Helen Keller in chat. DOS, you saw and heard nothing. Nothing's happening. There is no war in Bossing Say. We're definitely not serious. This is for entertainment purposes only. Dry. All I'm hearing is I get to commit arson. Exactly. Oh my god. DOS cannot hear anything. Nothing can be heard by DOS in this space. What's up, Walker? How you doing? Oh. I heard nothing. Legitimately there. There you go. I hate waiting for nails to dry. I feel like all of my struggles as an autistic woman could be boiled down into whenever I have my nails drying, I want to touch the most things. I'm good. I dyed my hair. I'm painting my nails. I'm getting ready for Venus's big holiday this Sunday. Yeah, back during that. Perfect. We're marked safe. I'm just like, if I have praying hands, surely I cannot impact it at all. My own destructive tendencies. I'm such a fucking Maligator, though. I hate, if you guys have ever been around Belgian Malinois dogs, I like don't stop moving and I don't shut the fuck up. I love it. I love it, except for when I need to dry my fucking nails. I want them to make a way to dry your nails where you could be moving while it happens. Like mitts. Annoying mitts that I could wear that are just like, we're curing your nails, you dumb bitch. Stop trying to pick things up, you know? If it could come with my voice saying that too to me, that would be helpful. Process behind dyeing your hair. Wash, apply dye, go insane for minutes on your scalp. Wait, you're washing before you apply dye? Oh, like that's why you're itching. You never wash your hair before you apply dye. The dye actually holds better to your hair if it goes onto oily, dirty hair. You never wash pre. You always do unwash hair. Even in salons too. I've been in and out of them my entire life. It's always dirty, dirty hair. I remember the process. Yeah. But basically for chat, if you're going to dye your hair, never dye clean hair. It will not hold as well. If you dye oily, kind of like greasy scalp and hair, that's also why you're seeing so much transfer onto my scalp, because I get oily. I get oily during the process of stream and occasionally end stream because I feel like I could power the entire countries of Italy and Greece with how much oil is coming off my scalp. So as you can see, it really likes me. I'm like, y'all, you should see me now with the gloves and the Vaseline and the various salon tricks. I'm just like, I will be marked safe from my own bad habits. All right, let's do my sealing coat because I'm impatient and I should probably wait another 10 minutes, but I'm impatient. Power Wash Simulator was something she could play things up on our phones. I've lost her forever. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Yeah, Power Wash Sim is literally a vibe. We are playing some Crime Scene Cleaner today, which is an equal vibe. And I am very excited because I love me some crime scene and also because we need some chill time. I love Ark dearly, but the last couple sessions with Ark, I've been getting very, like, hectic. I would like to slow down. Would like to recenter because I've just had a very hectic month where I literally said that I was leaning into slowness and everything in my life demanded speed. It demanded chaos. It demanded me showing up big time, setting big dick boundaries, being a bitch in a really good way, in a healthy way. And I want to just be like a magenta rose that's just chilling in the garden for the next month. I do not want to worry about shit, you know? I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to watch the news. I don't want to be dealing with dumb shit. I don't want to be back at the hospital. I don't want to be back in my feels. I just want to be like reading my books, writing my little book blog posts, showing up here. I just want ease. I want comfort. I want simplicity for April. I pray for simplicity in April. And honestly, above all else, I just want like chill vibes for April, you know? Like, as we enter spring, I would like it to be kinder to us all than winter was, because winter was definitely harsh up here. I don't know about how y'all were, but our winter felt like it just did not want to let us go. Okay, now the fun layer, the curing layer. But yeah, I'm getting back into doing yoga, I'm doing belly dance again, I got like all this fun shit that I'm doing, and I'm just like, I want to continue doing these fun, very nourishing little hobbies, and I want to not be worried at fucking all about anything that I have been worrying about. Because honestly, what a month March was. I don't want another month like March for a while. And so all of this to say, like, may Desi enjoy Power Wash Sim, may she find relaxation in it. It is a wonderful game. I know that we have our very own Miss Sath, who is a big fan. And I am as well. I do love Power Wash Sim. I really enjoyed the day where we put on Power Wash Sim and just had, like, the lo-fi channel on. We might do that again. I might make like Sundays or something, like slow Sundays to like combat the Sunday scaries. Because honestly, like, not even gonna hold you guys, and you can probably tell because my skin has been freaking out, my hair has been freaking out, my body's been freaking out, and like, I've just been for the last like 2 weeks, but we could all benefit from slowness and ease and relaxation. Especially Miss Crystal. Crystal, I'm literally manifesting slowness, ease, and comfort into your life in such a way. I'm like, my poor girl, all you had to do was say psych ward mornings and nights, and I was like, ugh. Because like, not only have I been there, but that was almost my job, so like, I understand. I am concerned as fuck for the state of your mental health. Please get plenty of sleep. Please get plenty of good food. Please get plenty of healthy, solid friend time and just decompression. 1 week until the new Adventure Time. I didn't even know we're getting an Adventure Time. I need to watch Adventure Time. You guys need to bother me about watching Adventure Time. That's how fucking chronically out of it I am, that I haven't fucking seen Adventure Time. Doesn't that just suck? I hate that for me. I need to fix that. Seth, what we need to do is like some nights where like we just all sit and like catch me up on shows I haven't watched. I could stream like Adventure Time. I'll show y'all like cute little, you know what? I really might have to get the Disney subscription because some of y'all haven't seen The Sword in the Stone, and we need to fix that. Lumpy Space Princess? Ooh, I like her name. I like her name mainly because I vibe with it. Lumpy Space Princess. That's so cute. I'm literally just waiting for these nails to cure, and as you can tell, I'm still impatient as fuck. I like have my hand on the mouse and I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, Effie, stop. You're gonna smudge the nails, and then you're gonna get mad that you smudged the nails, and then you're not gonna understand why you didn't wait. Like, this is how I have to talk to myself in my head. And then you're gonna get mad that you didn't wait the 10 minutes to just let the nails fully cure before you hit the keyboard. Then your stupid nail is gonna get stuck in the stupid keyboard, and then you're gonna be swearing at the keyboard, but it's not the keyboard's fault. You know? I can feel. The thing is that I can sense my own stupidity. And unfortunately, that's the cost of minor self-awareness. I'm going to say minor because I don't... Being a guru is a weird pressure. Okay. Nails be dry. You didn't get a notification I was live? Well, don't worry. You're here now, so it's all fixed. I dyed my hair dark magenta. I've got hot pink nails going on for Good Friday. Well, not going on, but the paint is going on, but the pink and green is such a Venusian combo. I'm like, we gotta do it for Venus's high holiday. We gotta do this to the nines. It's got to be giving Persephone from Lore Olympus, which, like, if you guys have not read Lore Olympus, I will yell at you. That is the cutest little comic. It will do such wonders for your mental health. Why, thank you. I had to do a little, I was like, I need a zhuzh. Nothing intense, but just like a zhuzh, you know? I was like, I need a little Persephone energy up in this room right now. Oh, look, I just got the live notification as you arrived. Of course. Of course. That's Twitch, though. I mean, honestly, y'all, Twitch and the internet in general has been so laggy lately, and the only thing that I can think is that it must be from the crazy shit that's happening across the world. Because I genuinely, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, I have never noticed the internet having as many, like, weird little, like, problems. Like, honestly, the last time that I remember the internet being as annoying as it's been being is probably dial-up, which is saying something. But, like, Sath remembers, like, for those of us who were on AOL, like, it was a fucking nightmare. And it's feeling like that again, so I'm just kind of like, weird. Weird. Yeah, I think everybody, and, like, I am not even gonna lie to you, Brittany. So, like, mine's been consistent, but I'm also near New York City, and, like, the thing to keep in mind with New York City is that if New York City ever goes down, the way and the speed with which that shit will get fixed is not even funny. That is so much money to so many people. Like, so basically, if I lose internet, it's literally natural disaster level because, hello, the whole stock market, the tech bros. It's literally like they can't afford to let the Northeast go down internet-wise, which is why I love living in the part of the country that I do. Although, oh, there was one thing that I need to say in this just chatting, because I haven't said this in a while, but I want to say this periodically. Mods, please remind me to say this periodically. If you're not from the United States and you're watching me right now and you're thinking in your head, oh, I would like to see New York City. No, the fuck you would not right now. Please stay at home and Google walking tours of the cities that you want to see. Please stay at home and call those of us that live here up on Discord and we'll literally walk around and describe it to you. But do not try and travel into this country right now. Do not try and be here right now. Please do not put your life, your risk, your health, your safety. Please listen to the people who live here when we tell y'all not to come here the first time. Because I'm gonna be real with you, it's just not fucking safe. Put a line of code in just to start a computer. Oh my god, right? Dial-up was rough, man. Dial-up was rough, but it was also the days where the computer stayed as just the computer and it didn't follow you around. But anyway, yes, this is the periodical international viewer reminder of do not come to the fucking United States. I don't care if it's for business. Do not, no. Sit down. Literally. Let's really go back there? Yeah, exactly. I don't see anything wrong with it. I actually really, I'll be real with you guys. I miss the days where the internet didn't follow us all around. Yeah, bro. Dawson braving. I'm glad that both of y'all are okay. That sounds, like, horrifying. Granted, our storm season is also coming, so gotta get me those surge protectors. Bullshark is gonna yell at me if I don't, because I'll be risking my fucking PC. Sath, you can tell him that I remembered the surge protectors. I gotta figure out what I want to do with them. Because I'm on such a fence, because I could get the really big dick surge protector for one computer probably very soon. I have to get two of them, unfortunately, because two PCs. And the power draw from each is definitely gonna clock in fully at the 1500 mark for watts. It's got the parts of it that are poisonous to rational thought. My internet world is pretty much built around the space that lift and spark. Agreed, like, agreed. And, like, that's why, too, like, you know, periodically I'll do this little reminder to be like, hey, please don't travel here. But at the same time, like, I also am very much in the category of, like, while I don't want to fearmonger, I also want to be real enough to just say that shit is really bad over here right now, and I don't want any of my viewers risking their life and livelihood. It's not worth it. You have too many people who love you. Genuinely, even if all you have is a caterpillar that is existing in the grass in your yard, it loves you and it doesn't want to see you die, and neither do I. So please, don't pick the United States as your travel destination right now. Please. We're all asking. So fucking bad. I don't know how I didn't wake up my wife and kid. I legit damn near jumped out of my bed. Oh, I believe it, Doss. Oh my god. And it's so scary too, especially if you have a trauma history. Waking up to like thunder and or doors slamming or any of that will just like activate all of it. You're just like, is it happening? I don't know about you guys, but actually oh my god, the scariest experience that I have now is like if my mom runs the sink real loud or the sprinklers go on early in the morning, because it's the same sound that the fire was outside my window, my brain is like, oh, the house is on fire again, and I just go right to shit. Just basically like, please don't just don't like blast the sink while somebody else is sleeping. Seriously rained hard enough that I drove based on feeling the rumble strips driving the lanes and letting you know you were about to go off-road. It was a treat. Ugh. Look, I'm so sorry, dude. It's so stressful. Weather's stressful. Right, Doss? You understand me, too. I also, by the way, I did not know that that is one of the hallmarks of abusive relationships, is that they cause you sleep deprivation through things like noise. Was very surprised, but also not surprised to learn that that's a thing. But now I'm like, oh. It makes sense. All right, let's get the show on the road. Folks, we're going into some crime scene cleanup. We are going to have a nice time today. I am excited. Also, if you see me moving with care, it is because I know for a fact that I'm doing this impatiently instead of letting my nails dry. There is an update that is downloading for Crime Scene Cleaner because Venus literally knows me and just thwarted me. You know? Sometimes you just, like, can't literally even make this shit up right now. She literally was like, oh... She was like, you will slow the fuck down. And yeah, Doss, it's a thing. Like, so in very toxic relationships and or narcissistic... So I once had a situation where I had to be up at 7 in the morning, right, to perform for a 7.5 hour long day, okay, in a conference center with 40,000 people, which is very overstimulating, some data that we'd been working on, right? And the ex that I had at the time literally kept my ass up arguing with me and making me cry and triggering me and upsetting me so that I wouldn't be able to sleep, so that I wouldn't be able to perform. I only got a half hour of sleep, had horrible food poisoning, and I still nailed that fucking professional performance. And I knew in the back of my head that I was like, there's something deeply fucked up about a person who will leave you so fucked up that they know that you'll be up crying about the fucked up things that they said and did. And they know that you both need to be up early the next day. I was like, bro, there's such interesting, subtle professional sabotage sometimes that these people will do. And it's not even just professional, it can be personal too. It's like they leave you up all night being the only person who can wrap all the Christmas presents. They leave you being the only person who could possibly do... You're just like... But yeah, a lot of times, like, people who are very, very toxic and or abusive will use sleep deprivation. And they will literally, and the thing that's funny too is that they'll pretend like, oh, they have no idea that they're doing it. They know. They 1000% know exactly what the fuck that they're doing. Oh. Let me unpretzel. I was pretzeled up. All dry. Ooh, you are dry enough for the keyboard. Yay. Oh, look. It's the penis logo. It makes so much sense, though, Doss. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. And the thing that I'm most thankful for in my life, actually, is that I started to have these, like, very real-ass conversations with people about, like, what abusive relationships are. Because for me, like, I just genuinely was like, okay, like, maybe that's just the kind of person that he is. Like, maybe that's just normal. Maybe everybody goes through this. And now I'm just like, oh, no. No, they do not. No, they do not. And the fact that I was like, so I go back in time, right, with myself, and I think back to like who I was the time that I was in these situations. And I'm so thankful that even then I was literally arguing about it. And I can remember being up late at night arguing about it with him and just basically being like I knew that it was fucked. And I remember even saying like, this is fucked and you know what you're doing. Like, we have to actually, like, I have to start getting ready at 5:30 in the morning to be ready to do an academic basically performance at 7 a.m. until literally 7 p.m. at night. Like, you know it's fucked up. You just don't care that it's fucked up. And there was something that finally clicked in my brain about that was like, nah, we gotta make healthier choices than being with people who have that kind of mindset. Because please make no mistake, y'all, there's something deeply fucked up and weird about a person who is very okay with making you lose sleep. Especially for something that's obligatory. Especially too, like, if you share kids with the person, it's doubly evil, I think. Because it also introduces this idea, right, that the kids might overhear it, and or that it might be that kind of vibe where it's like, you know, somebody's not going to feel safe. Let me get this out. We're going to need this a lot in this level, I think. Though, honestly, UV in this place feels almost diabolical. Alright, let's go get a mop. Low-key, this place is creepy, but I was honestly, like, expecting it to be worse. I assume it's gonna get worse, though, because Sath has told me to get excited. Can I just hand? I'm typing so carefully so as not to smudge these nails. Y'all ain't even ready. I'm like, this is no time to forget the controls of a game. But yeah, quite often in domestic violence cases too, you'll see histories of sleep deprivation where like you'll be asking the person like, so what is it that's keeping you up at night? And what's keeping them up at night is literally the person either making noise, fighting, trying to basically put them in a state where they can't emotionally regulate, which I feel like once you understand that about relationships in your life, be it family, friends, or anything else, it really starts to make sense. Like, a lot of shit, unfortunately, will click into place because it's just like, yeah, sadly, there are a lot of people who really do think that it's valid, that if they have a problem with something, that you will stay up all night trying to attend to that distress, and that is not, unfortunately, a thing. Sometimes it is if you have an incredibly patient partner who's willing to sit through and really have a discussion with you, that's one thing. But what I'm talking about is the kind of thing where, like, they know that you have to be up early and they're literally slamming dishes into the sink or, like, slamming cabinets and, like, purposely doing noisy shit to wake you up. Purposely doing just, like, mean shit. But yeah, I was having actually the conversation with a friend of mine the other day. Yeah, same DOS. And the thing that really gets me about it, so there was a friend of mine who she was like, I had no idea that that's abusive. And I was like, well, I'm gonna be very real with you. Like, if you have stated clearly, like, hey, like, I would be willing to talk with you more about this tomorrow, but I need to literally go to bed. I have to be up for something, like, even if it's just work, right? Like,
Lars
if you...
and Lars robots have at least one thing in common. No soul.
Exactly. If you are having to, like, repeatedly explain to somebody, like, hey, waking up on time for work is important for me. I need to go to bed. Like, I would be willing to discuss this with you later, but, like, you know, right now is not the time. And that person just decides that they're going to take it out on you by literally becoming a dickhole that will slam shit and force the point. What they're really trying to do is get you to act out a character so that then they can sit there and point the finger and be like, oh yeah, like, you know why? So, like, see, you're so angry, you're so fired up about this, you're so aggressive. Like, it's baiting. It's basically baiting, because when you don't sleep, you can't emotionally regulate, and when you can't emotionally regulate, you're very vulnerable. Because the truth is that people who cannot emotionally regulate also are not in a fit state to understand the bullshit that they are being handed. So very often too, when somebody's like outright trying to get a lie past you, they'll wait until you're in a vulnerable position to do so. And that's something that, unfortunately, if you've never been in one of those relationships, you can only learn it the hard way through experiencing one of those relationships, and I wouldn't wish that on literally anyone. But yeah, I see it a lot. We unfortunately deal with it a lot in my household, and it literally sends me into a biblical category of rage. Not because I think that necessarily everything is malicious, but there is definitely also a carelessness that goes along with that, where even if it's not intentional behavior, it's not being respectful of shared space, and that is just its own frustration. Yeah, it's one of those frustrations where, like, you almost have to biblically crash out, Braving, because if you don't biblically crash out about it, like, when I tell you that the number one thing with most toxic people that they're not expecting you to do is to actually crash out on them. Oh my god, you're kidding me. The girl with the pearl earring, but they took off her mouth. Wow. Wow. The misogyny is there and alive and well, huh? Whew. It's like you basically have to pretty much give it back to them because they're not expecting you to. They are very much expecting you to just suddenly be like, oh, you know, I'm sure that they had good intentions, but... And the more that you do that with somebody who does not have good intentions, the more that they will take advantage of that shit. And that is what I have unfortunately had to learn the hard way. To like really weird shit too. Like it's like it's a really trippy experience. So for those of you that have lived it, I am so sorry that you've also lived it. But I had the fun thing this morning that the plumbing was messed up, and that's all I'll say. And let me just tell you that waking up to the plumbing being messed up, so like when I tell y'all I want ease and simplicity today, what I mean by that is the following. I have literally had a day where I have had to explain in no uncertain terms that you need to check the toilet after it flushes to make sure that it flushed. What I mean is that my day will either be filled today with ease and simplicity, or else biblical levels of that is such a vibe. Honestly, good for the power washer. That was a mood.
Killer robots, exploding machines, dead bodies. The future has finally arrived.
Oh, come on. He was so close. Yeet. What I love is that these bodies don't have rigor mortis. But if they did, that would just be like the most accurate. Yeah, Braving, it was really funny. It was one of those moments where you just wake up and you're just like, oh my god. And I just had to be like, all right. We just gonna pony it up, and yeah, I'm gonna go address that directly, because there is no fucking way that I'm cleaning that shit up. You know, honestly, I have to say no, I don't deal with fatigue a lot. And I think part of the reason, Braving, why I don't deal with fatigue a lot is because I get fucking pissed. And not like quietly pissed. I take up space when I'm pissed. What's up, Alchemist? How are you? I've had the most chaotic start to my day, Alchemist. You're not even ready. It's been nuts. However, I dyed my hair dark magenta. I've got my pink nails. So, like, honestly, could be worse. You know? We're batting at about 70% today, which I will completely accept. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Well, bye, chair. But yeah, no, I prevent myself from getting stressed out. Why, thank you. I really like it. I really love having, like, I love the dark magenta, like the deeper pinks. Not that there's anything wrong with powder or baby pinks, but I like to leave them to like folks whose complexions really go with that, because I have more of an olive complexion, and I find that olive complexions tend to thrive more with magenta, at least from my experience. But to be honest with y'all, I think that anybody can rock any hair color, any aesthetic that they really put their whole heart and soul into. Thank you. I dig it. Years ago, I used to have my hair the color of my scalp transfer, which was literally this hot pink all over my head. And that was so difficult to style. You guys would have laughed if you saw how hard it was for me to get dressed during the day. Like, I'd be trying to wear just about anything and it would just be like torture. It was like I could either wear all black or basically nothing because nothing matched my hair. And finding clothes at the time, so this was before everybody started dyeing their hair magenta, which I'm not saying I started the trend, but I was just definitely early to it, if you will. And you just couldn't find clothing that would go well with it. It was like, so it's like a spicy, hang on, I have the nail polish color. It was literally this color. So it's not quite hot pink, it's like 1 or 2 shades deeper. But the problem is that finding things that go well with this out in nature, like fashion-wise, and especially professionally fashion-wise, was difficult. But it was also fun because I was the scientist with the hot pink hair, so like you could not miss me at a conference. It's like, yeah, it's like a burgundy magenta. It was like a cool pink, if you will. More of like, actually, it was sometimes like the pinkier version of this light. It was cool though. I used to have my hair like all curly and then like hot magenta, and it was just like, it was fun, you know? And it was awesome to have for the time it was. It was hella maintenance though, I'll tell you all that much. If there is one thing that I learned about it, it's that as my niece got older too, I was basically telling her, when I dye my hair, I do a dark violet. Oh my god, wait, that's gorgeous. I love me some purple hair. Purple hair is the other one that I really like having. I like purple, I like magenta. I tend to favor the cooler colors. This last time I did emerald green, and it was fine, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it just felt very like meh. Oh, thank you, dude. Yeah. On girls, it's fun. I think for guys too, it's like, you know, it's an interesting statement. Like my partner who died years ago, his favorite color was hot pink, but Tyler was like a disruptor. He was the kind of dude who would make hot pink like his brand color just because he was that dude who would be like, oh, I'm just doing it because save the boobies. Yeah. He was just like, he was basically like, I'm just doing it because save the boobies. But you're like looking at him like, it's okay to just like the color. So I used to torture him because he would love neon colors, but I would always do everything for him in hot pink. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. You know, I'll be honest with you, though, he hated being alive. So it's one of those things where I know that now he is so happy and at peace that, like, I literally don't worry about it because I know for a fact that, like, he'll be just fine, you know? Like, there's some people who just genuinely do not like being on the earth. And he was one of those since, like, the day that I had ever met him in my childhood. Oh my god, please put away the sponges. Hello? Am I? That was strange. My phone case bubblegum pink. It's not my favorite shade of pink, but it's still pink. Yeah, pink is awesome. I like pink as a color too because it's such a disruptive color. It's definitely the color that gets a lot of people triggered. And it's really fascinating to me that it triggers so many people psychologically because they have a lot that's held around pink. You know what I mean? And for varying reasons, right? I know that especially as a woman, it can be a little bit tough for friends of mine who get very triggered by the color because they themselves were like tomboys. But the fun thing with me, I've always been like, not a tomboy, not a girly girl, but like a secret third autistic gremlin thing where I was like, yeah, I want pet great white sharks, and I guess pink is fine. Hot pink it is. Thanks, dude. Yeah, life is good. I can't complain. I mean, it's a little bit chaotic. Waking up to the plumbing being weird was definitely not on my bingo card for this week, but you know what? Everybody's fine. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's safe. I was like this weird in between and still am. Exactly, Braving. Like, you get me. It's literally like, I feel like the worst thing that we do, especially, and I will say this, especially to little girls, is that we try and force them into a box. I was very lucky that both of my parents are autistic, completely undiagnosed, but also just committed to not putting me into boxes or labels. Because my parents were literally like, my daughter wants a great white shark. She also wants this stuffed pink unicorn. We're not going to ask questions. Now, did I get sent to the office at 6 because I was writing, like, basically, like, I was writing about my little, like, elementary school bullies getting fed to my pet great white sharks? Yes, I absolutely got sent to that office. Was my mother disappointed in me at all? No, she was not. She absolutely, she was like, I don't see what the problem is. She has a fantastic imagination. She was like, has my daughter expressed the intent to be able to have the means to feed them to a great white shark? And the office was like, well, no, she's like 7. And my mom was like, there you go. Nothing to be concerned about here, folks. Perfectly normal kid. Super lucky too. When I wanted Hot Wheels, they got me the girly clothes. That's what I got. I'm thankful for that, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, we could always exist in that axis between, like, I wanted a pony. I wanted to be one of the Rohirrim more. You know, the Riders of Rohan were definitely my fucking aesthetic. I know, Toss, you're gonna love this. My parents have always been like, my parents, when I discovered as an adult that I'm autistic because of literally going to an autistic specialist when I was a child, but nobody being willing to formally diagnose me. Because at the time, girls were not diagnosed with autism. That was not a thing that was done. It was like, but I was going to see a therapist who exclusively worked with autistic kids, and she just happened to make me her only exception for a decade. And I'm like, like, mom and dad, I love them, but that's the most autism coded thing I've ever heard, was them just not questioning that at all, taking that completely at face value. I pulled the best prank on him. Oh, what'd you do? Also, Crystal, how is your dad doing? I'm thinking of you guys. I'm so sorry. I realize that I've been absolute BS at responding lately on Discord, so I apologize. If y'all have something big like that happen, please feel free to tag me. Because I am not trying to accidentally miss stuff. What the holy Jesus is this? Bruh. This is why we can't have nice things. He has pneumonia? Oh no. I hope he's gonna be alright, girl. Else is, I mean, all these robots in a sex hotel are definitely the trash because yeetus. Oh hey, casual money. Light. Oh boy. Oh lordy. Do I have to redo that? I'm so confused. Crystal, I hope he makes a full recovery. Please also keep us updated about what's going on there. But yeah, I was definitely a cool kid. I had a lot of stuff that was fun about Kid Me. Like, I was so we did a whole Jurassic Park themed birthday party at a nature center, and my dad went balls to the fucking walls with dinosaurs. And so it's really funny now, like, as I've been playing Ark and stuff, like, I think it's really fun when you get to actually interact with some of the archetypes that you've always been into since childhood. So, like, for me, Ark Survival, either evolved, ascended, whatever, is just like a perfect product. I know that the thing is janky as shit, and I know that sometimes it pisses me off, but to me, like, my inner little dino girl could not be happier. The fact that they added stuff like dragons and whatnot, like, bonus points. The fact that they have unicorns, bonus points. It just basically takes all of the, like, autistic animal vibes that I've had since I was small and just makes them into, like, one product. So even if I wanted to get upset with the Ark devs, it's very hard for me to do that because I'm just like, well, I'm talking about a product that I know I'm buying, even if I get angry at it occasionally. I'm tagged, my ass ain't looking at it. Yeah, I know, right? Felt, Phoenix. Felt. I try to keep up with y'all. I really do. I try to keep up with the sections, but I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then, my week will be weaking so hard that I'm just like, I'll come back to it later, and then I don't. So that's mainly why I say, like, please feel free to tag me, because sometimes I really do just be forgetting. And it ain't personal, it's just... You know, some days you wake up and the plumbing is just not doing what the plumbing is supposed to be doing, and I had gotten suspended before, a different story, but there was a program in the middle school that I got accepted into. In the envelope that I got, the acceptance was blank. I pretended that I got suspended again. It was the only time I had gotten him. Wait, that's amazing. That's amazing, Crystal. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I love that too, because girl dads are on such another level, especially when they feel like their child is either like getting into trouble. Like my father, so like the next time that Ricky's in here, he'll have to tell you about this, but I was early partying at Ricky's house one night. Now this was when I was in my 20s. Okay, I was in my mid 20s, and my Italian father was not having it. I was out till 4 in the morning when this man leaves for work, okay, at the news. So he woke up, did not see me at home, drove to Ricky's house, and was like accosting Ricky and our friends in the middle of the night, like yelling, making a scene, threatening to call the police. There was conversation being had about people getting arrested, and I'm like, Father, what the hell is going on? Now, by the way, I'm over there with my own volition. I'm fine. It's mid-20s. This man was not having it. And it was so cute. I was like, Dad. To this day, I'm just like, what happened? Raving, this man lost his mind. I was like, what in the name of overprotective parenting? So like, let me tell y'all, when girl dads feel that their daughter is in danger, they go bananas, and it's absolutely adorable. Like, was I angry at him at the time? Obviously, because I was in my mid-20s, and I was like, Dad, I'm not like... If I was 15, I would be significantly less angry, because I think part of the reason I never liked things like The Little Mermaid either was because, like, I inherently was like, Ariel, your dad gave you one job, and you literally were like, your dad gave you one job, you saw a guy one time, and then you just completely fucked up the whole social order of things. Like, come on, dude. Oop, hang on. Demi, you haven't been paying child support for 3 months now. Did the journalist from Millionaire Weekly know about it when they put your stupid face on the cover? Look up, I'm trying to meditate here. Amazing. I got grounded for my first suspension. Fair. Fair. We love to see it. I can pretend early. Right? Oh, my number one thing, you know what's funny is that my number one thing now is that sometimes I'll text my mother and be like, Mom, I need you to fake that you fell. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because you're in your 70s. I need to leave. And she's like, all right, great. My mother will just be like, all right, bet. Like when I was a kid and I did not absolutely want to go and do something, and my mom absolutely did not want to take me. Like, I'm saying, like, think like an appointment or something. My mom would just be like, I bet. And she would just be like, she's vomiting profusely. I don't know what to do. Blah, 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 blah. We were literally the get help combo of just like, I would be like, I don't want to go to this. She was like, I don't want to take you to this. And I was like, great. Let's both release me from hell. Oh, for the love of Jesus. Oh, let me fill up the power washer, because I like the power washer. I didn't want to go somewhere with somebody. I would say my mom wouldn't let me. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. The strength of the mother excuse is always, like, the winner. Especially, too, because I could guarantee y'all that my mom would say no to most things. So I'd be like, my favorite one is I'd be like, Mom, they feel demonic. I don't think I should go. And she'd be like, absolutely not. And I was like, this saved. I'd be like, they feel demonic. Now look what I do. Now look what I practice. Now look at who I've become. I regret, Mother, that I have become demonic. Much to the regret of no one. I'm like, well, the turntables turned. But yeah, literally I use my VeggieTales upbringing for violence. We're supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. Britt, is she really pretzeled like that? That actually... Alright, hang on. I might be about to have a hear me out in the robot sex hotel. Although I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the fact that it's robots is really the fact that throws me. If all these folks were just getting kinky up in here, I really wouldn't have much exception because I don't kink shame. But what I would like to know is what the hell am I looking at? You know, I think he pretzeled her for her. Supposed to destroy the Sith, not to join them. Instead, I literally... I'm like, what in the fuck? I don't even know. Therapy exists, and I suggest that all of these people go to it immediately. I don't know, man. The birthday party was at a classmate's house. He asked if I would be mad and said no. I was tempted to explain that I was relieved not to be invited because I didn't want to go. The struggles, especially to Phoenix, is like Autis.
There was no happy ending to this massage.
Britt, I'm carrying a pretzel. You're telling me about no happy ending. I'm telling me I don't even think there was a happy during. I don't think there was a... I don't think anybody was happy at all here. Oh yeah, my biggest red flag, Phoenix, and I'm telling you this every single time, was when I would go to people's houses and their parents would be fighting up a storm, or their parents would be fighting with them up a storm. I was like, I'm getting out of here. Oh, that poor pretzel. What's sad too is that if you die in rigor mortis like that, they have to break your limbs in order to get you into the bag. And honestly, there is nothing as grim as having to break limbs to get somebody into a body bag. Like, even just from a medical standpoint, it's like, it's a bit rough. Hang on, I forgot. That's right, we gotta do the booty punch. The booty punch is the only way. But yeah, no, if somebody's parents were all like fighting up in there and it was getting crazy or rowdy or whatever, I was like, I am leaving. Especially too, if stuff started happening where, like, you know how like you're over somebody's house and then they're messing around with their siblings, but then they take it too far and then like shit's getting crazy. I was like, nah. While I don't know everything in life, I know how to get while the getting's good. That's one thing, though, that I must say, too, as an adult skill that I really wish that we would teach people more or less to prioritize is, like, I really wish that more people would prioritize learning how to leave an event before the event starts doing the thing where it's been stale for a while. Because I don't know if anybody else has this technique, but I've basically gotten this down for family weddings, where I'm just literally like, I will leave at the height of the fun while I am still enjoying myself. I do not leave when the night is completely wrapping up and when people are like really in their cups, as they say, and are like starting to do the whole like reminiscing thing. Because like, don't get me wrong, if I'm with like very close friends, it's fun to be around for that. But like, if I am not, if I'm just around like cousins I don't really hang out with like that, I am not trying to have that kind of an experience. Because honestly, that's when you find out that family lore that you really never asked for. We'll take the cake to go. Yeah, for the most part, Phoenix, same. Like, especially too if it's a situation where I feel like people are starting to like, because like, so I have a big American Italian family, and I'm talking like big, like I'm talking 97 first cousins kind of shit. Like, anybody in my life who's met my family can sound off. Like, there's a lot of us. So for me, it's like, I know for a fact that I'm almost guaranteed to have more family events. So it's not as if I'm not going to like ever see them again kind of a thing. But it's also like, because we have such a big family, they unhelpably can't do much else but shit talk each other. And I cannot, will not be in the room for that kind of thing. I just feel some kind of way about it. So I'm just like, I have to leave before the party starts devolving into that. Because honestly, inevitably too, it always turns out to be like my cousins who are like, you know, really, really excellent professionals who will start asking like really prying questions about my personal life or my professional life. And I'm like, ooh, let's normalize not. His wedding ring. Oh, her wedding ring. Bummer, dude. Y'all, don't go to the robot sex hotel. Once again, I'm alive! Ghost, I'm so glad to see you. Ghost, how are you doing? Oh my god, Ghost, this game would be so much good medicine for you, I bet. I bet you that you would be so happy. Key card number 3. Look at the unicorn. Let's go. Okay, at 11 is one scheduled and a video visit tonight around 4. Very nice, girl. I'm very excited for that. Oh, bro, what? Right, Ghost? It's so cute, dude. I love that. Dude, that's so sad. It's so freaking disturbing. They would literally hold an auction. Ew. Yeah, any process of dealing with medicine is very frustrating. I find that anytime that I have to make an appointment for anything, I'm not— oh. How could I have forgotten? We must punch them directly in the ass. Ghost, I think you'd love this game. There's a lot of really fabulous commentary as well. So we are at the robot sex resort where all the billionaires were partying. And they were having auctions on people. And yeah, there's some very timely models. This was after the game tackled the Jake Paul fight. Jake or Logan or whichever Paul it was. I'm happy to tell you, chat, that I have never in my life, a day in my life, kept up with either of those idiots. And I hope to God that I never am in a position where I ever have to. That is one of those cases where my ignorance is completely chosen and forever will be prioritized. Your simulation games, but you've enjoyed watching me do it? Well, good, because we love them. Honestly, I'll tell you what, right now, I find it so mentally soothing. I'm also dude, I'm so glad that we have you back. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Ghost 2, for like letting us in on what was like going on with life. Because I'll tell you what, it's so tough when you see your friends going through some shit and all you want to do is be like, how do I support you? But it's such a weird conversation to have to lead, because even in this like hypertherapy, insta-therapy culture that we live in, I have to tell y'all, it's so weird trying to like actually DM that to somebody without sounding like an very invasive person. You know? Videos because of my cousin. Yeah, like I have to tell y'all, I think I just generationally missed the section where like that was about to be me. And it honestly feels like getting on— actually, wait, did you guys hear about the PS5 classes? Wow. That was— classes is not a word. God, hang on. Let me center. Have you guys heard about the PS5 prices? About 6 thoughts just tried to come out at once. PS5 prices just jumped up. Now the Pro is like $900. The base one's like $650. So basically everybody's talking about how like if you got a PS5 prior to this price hike, it's literally being on the last chopper out of Nam. Yeah, they're actually going up in price, you know, because of all the conflicts in the world.
Executed by the killer robots.
All the conflicts in the world have now driven the price up. Appreciate Soren still breathing. That's the important part. Exactly, Ghost. Exactly. Exactly, my dude. But no, I'm just saying, as your friend, I sincerely appreciate you for telling us what was going on, because it really does help us help you. You know what I mean? Like, it's so tough. Life sometimes can be such a freaking cluster. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either, chat. I can't believe about the PS5, but at the same time, I wish I could say that I'm inherently, like, shocked. But the PS5 pricing, going up, I suppose makes sense for the reality that we are dealing with what essentially amounts to a global crisis at this point in terms of the economy and in terms of varying factors of things going on. But it's just kind of insane, and they were even saying it's like it's because of the cost of parts, it's because of the cost of making them. Live, laugh, toaster, bath, my favorite version of that saying. Mood Ghost. Oh, absolutely. Oh, Ghost, don't you worry. Understood completely. Right, Crystal? I was like, Ghost is back! I will always say that, right? We need to put that on a shirt. Live, laugh, toaster, bath. And then it'll be like a Pego running away with a toaster and a bath towel. You know what? I might have just created merch. Mentally, I have created merch. A baby Pego running away in a bath towel around its waist, holding a toaster. So, no, me and Phantom were talking about which of us claims you today as our end of the world super guide, just so that we're very clear. I'm aware that there's already a waiting list. I'm on several people's end of the road. Yes, I'm aware that we have a waiting list, but what I'm saying is that if you prioritize the Italians, we will prioritize you with food. Which is really quite the bribe, isn't it? Yay, I'm excited.
Back like that.
I'll tell y'all what, I can't believe we're already at spring birthday season. I hope that y'all are excited. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for mine. I'm feeling like we're gonna see where Ark is at. Vibe-wise, because as most of you know, they're supposed to do something with pirates and the high seas and naval battles and stuff, and that really appeals to me. And I know for a fact it's going to appeal to the group, so if they have that out by then, I'm thinking we do an event with that. I think we could have a lot of fun playing pirate. Yeah, so no, yeah, they're adding naval battles. They're adding so much. It's actually worth, I would honestly say, for those of you that are considering upgrading components just to play this event, it's honestly worth it. There's a Bapak series about that. Ooh. Hey, SCA people are great for apocalypse planning. Yes! Yes, yes, indeed they are. I'll tell you what. Oh, you're fine, dude. Honestly, I'm just so relieved that y'all are in a better living situation than you were. Book spelling, exactly. Book spelling. Who needs spelling? Me, casually, as I update this reading blog. Y'all will laugh so hard. I'm literally now just putting in my titles for the reading blog, like, the science is coming soon. Because I'm like, everybody breathe. I haven't forgotten the science sections, but I need to make an annotated bibliography, which is really just something. And the amount of people in my life who did not know what an annotated bibliography was made me nearly lose my sanity, but that's a separate issue. Yeah, exactly, Ghost. It's almost like healthy if we squint, you know? Yeah. I might have yeeted it, but it did get clean. Oh no, we can't be disturbing all this. I know, we're good too at times, I know. What's funny is that me and Sinnoh will be over here writing the most per week, and then we're both like, we have no idea what we just wrote. What's up, Harley? How you doing? Good evening, good evening. Scrubby, scrubby, scrub, scrub. Scrubby, scrubby, scrub. Make them, post them, then forget them completely, right? That's the way. Then you get people asking you about it and you're like, oh, I have no idea. Me too, Sino. We're overdue. I actually kind of enjoy it. Whenever there's like a week away or something, I actually kind of enjoy coming back to it because it's so nice. Just finished eating and chilling, so gonna play Everwind. Very nice. I feel deep contentment in my soul that the only way that we can destroy the robots is by punching them in the ass. I really feel motivated. Go stare at the posted schedule, trying to remember why I made changes. I know, right? Honestly, it's very relatable though. I think one thing too that we all have is we're all in kind of like a sort of autopilot mode right now, especially just with like the state of everything being everything. It's like autopilot is literally the only thing that feels safe. Damn, bro. Hang on, this robot fucked her up good. Give me 1 second. Zooming it to her, maybe it's a him, who knows. Granny! What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Hello! Bruh. What are these pods? Oh, you know, we used to have a thing here that was the zero gravity. No, not zero gravity. It was the flotation tanks, the sensory deprivation flotation tanks. Ooh, if y'all ever get a chance to go meditate in one of those, especially if you suffer with OCD, highly recommend. Ghost, highly recommend the flotation tank if you get a chance to go for an afternoon and just like vibe. It's fucking awesome. It's amazing. It does such wonderful things for your brain, especially if you're not somebody who's prone to anxiety. Being in the pod is so nice. You just literally float there.
Mine is to give up the ghost.
You just literally float there and you can listen to music and you can just basically... They also have one that's called, and I really want to do this one badly, it's called the Storm Simulator, which is where it literally simulates that you're floating in the ocean watching a thunderstorm at sea as the waves crash and stuff, and I'm literally like, I don't think you understand how badly I want this in my life, because that is my entire energy. That is my soul. Right? I'm like, ghosts, talk about some healing for like, especially as you're moving through like tough shit in your life. Just being in the center of a fucking thunderstorm feels so nourishing. You're like, yes, this matches me perfectly. Would trigger your claustrophobia. I think they have larger ones for that, Crystal. I don't know though how bad. It depends, I think, on severity. What I forgot was out at sea on a ship when I was in the Navy. Agreed, Sino. You would love it, Sino. It's so relaxing. And it's really, I will say, it's soothing for your nervous system, I think, because you have the rain and thunder sounds, right? You know logically that you're safe, but you're just floating in the ocean during the storm. What do I play? Warm yourself up, Ghost, on Baldur's Gate 3, because even though we haven't talked about which game for Saturday, I'm thinking, Sino, that we should all get a character created and get them ready to join so that they're like, you know, and we want to show up to the function prepared. Silly run? Yes, silly run for therapy. Just do everything silly. I really miss Baldur's Gate 3. I'm really excited. All clerics? Absolutely. Whatever you want to play? Exactly. Facts. There we go. Rah, rah. I know, we need to do more with Baldur's Gate 3. Chat is gonna be getting the band back together. Oops, all bards. Oops, all bards. So there has to be a secret. Sath, is there a secret with the monkeys? I'm sensing a secret with the monkeys. What? Jebaited? Oh man, I want to be in this yoga studio. My basement yoga studio needs some love. Is that because it's left? Yeah, look, they all have green. Except except for 2 that have red. What the fuck? No brain, all gain. Oops, all barbarians. Yeah, I love anything D&D related. The relaxation zone is not cleared. God, I keep forgetting we have the flashlight too, and this is so much nicer. Oh no, braving feel better. Blood sugar crashes suck. I am so relieved to say that on this dose of my diabetic meds, I have not been having that problem lately, and I'm so hopeful that it stays that way. Because let me just tell y'all, if you've never had a blood sugar crash, oh, it's so frustrating. All of a sudden, you just have no energy. It feels like you're melting through the ground. Girl, do you have like a Jolly Rancher or something that you can pop? Sugar Daddy Harem, aka Oops All Warlocks. Wait, that's fabulous. Oops All Warlocks, but you gotta have Will, who's such a party pooper. I was once told that someone thought that I would have a crush on Will when Gale exists, and I was very unhappy with that reality because Gale is such a fucking cutie nerd. He's such a sweetie nerd. That is not a bad idea. God, please, game. Will is my number 3 always. Will just seems like he's like a bro. Don't get me wrong, he's like a bro. And he's fine, like, there's nothing wrong with him. It's just that, like, you know, Astarion and Halsin. Astarion's hilarious. Astarion is one of those that I literally cannot stress to y'all enough. Like, he's funny. All wizards. Well, here's the thing. So Astarion's not bad. Like, when you know how Astarion's story arc goes, I feel like it makes it a lot easier to, like, warm up to him. But for me, Gale is just the most obvious, like, come on. He's a scholar who lives in a literal tower. He's not all Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. He's very okay with becoming a god. Karlach is my female crush. She's lovely. I love, you know who I absolutely love? If you guys have not seen how her story plays out, you need to stop what you're doing and see it. I love Minthara and I love Lae'zel. The two of them, Lae'zel in particular, is my absolute favorite. Her story, when you get to the end of Lae'zel's story with her, if you choose everything good and correctly, it is so emotionally satisfying and sweet. I was shocked by Lae'zel's story, actually. Lae'zel's story really took me by storm. I was like, damn. I was like, alright, these devs legit thought of everything. You'd romance Orin if you could? I would. I would romance Orin. I would romance Orin and I'd have the craziest sex of my entire life. I'd romance Orin and this would be the kind of thing from which you're never recovering. Like, when I remember that she's Minthara's ex-girlfriend, I just smile inside because I know. I know exactly what motivated their relationship. I understand it, I approve it, and, like, to be honest,
Dear sir, we have all the different types of leisure activities.
I'm gonna just get this body out of here, sir. I would like you to remain over there and never speak to me again. That would be my goal. Me too, Crystal. Animal Farm, Oops All Druids. Halsin's pretty cool though too. I will give Halsin points. I enjoy that apparently you can still interact with Halsin even though you have Minthara in the party. Hit Act 1 and missed a bit of Act 2. Well, that's fair, Cinna. We also got very overstimulated by Baldur's Gate 3 when it first came out. Like, it's for those of you all that missed it, me and Cinna were actually playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 when it first came out together. And then, basically, long story short, it was like too much game for us at that time. It had a lot of shit going on. What, like Magic is Hard? aka Oops All Sorcerers. What the fuck am I to do about this? The robot is distressing me. The 96 gig update out of left field was crazy, bruh. Tell me about it. And I'm saying this as an ARC fan who has just been getting hit with repeated, like, 30 gigs here, 30 gigs there. What's another 40 gigs, you know? What's another 40 gigs between friends? I love you, ARC, but stop it, ARC. ARC needs to chill out. I know it won't. All your stuff belongs to us. Oops, all rogues. You see, my toxic trait is that I need a mod for somebody to put a Pegomastix in Baldur's Gate 3. No thoughts, only Pego. And I just steal everything. Other night.
What's your poison, sir? I'm ashamed to say it, but mine is rocket fuel.
I have no idea where this pillow goes. Alright, how are we dispatching you? There's a dinosaur druid mod? Can't hurt him. Honestly, he seems pretty harmless as far as this shit goes. The game was kind of overstimulating me today, and I'm like, we need to slow down. I dyed my hair pink. I almost said I dyed my nails pink. No problem, Braving. I'll be punching robots in the ass.
Terminator. It turns out you're just terminated.
Oh, Kowalski. See, things AI can never replace is cute little human interactions like this one. Let's see what's around here, if anything. I don't know what we need to do. Oh. Oh, I see, I see. Can I just explain to y'all how relieved I am that I don't have to clean the bottom of the pool out? Oh my god. After that one spa pool bottom, I never want to see that shit again. That was so much. Dath understands. It was too much for us. No! Okay, he low-key scares me a bit, but that's because I don't like robots. I'm still waiting for you to find the one room. Don't worry, it's happening. I have the key card for it. Why is he just standing there like an ape? I absolutely hate how creepy that is. It's also like, you know what I never liked growing up? I never liked Disney parks and stuff like that. Like, I was very okay with Universal Studios because it was like dinosaurs and sharks and shit. But I was never comfortable with like the weird Disney character thing walking around. Like, I remember my parents tried to take me and I was like, get that shit away from me.
The holidays are a great time to dip your toes into hot I know a thing or two about that.
This robot and this robot specifically can stay. Only this robot can stay. Alright, let me just carry this shit into a communal, like, here by the stairs. Do-do-do-do. I'm telling y'all, this game has no business being as relaxing as it is. You know what I just realized, Seth? Do you mean to tell me that Blue progressed through this game so quickly that she was already up to Act 2 by the time we got that DM at night? I'm just realizing this now, and I'm like, wait. So what you mean to tell me is that my homegirl got through Act 1 that fast, like...
Poison, sir. I'm ashamed to say it, but mine is rocket fuel.
I think she had started already. Dear Jesus, I hope so, because if not, that's the fastest I've ever heard of any person getting through a game. I mean, it doesn't necessarily shock me, because for those of y'all that don't realize, Blue is like a prolific gamer. But it's still shocking to me at like a primal level when somebody gets through this sort of game that fast, where I'm like, bro, some of these levels take 3 hours. Like, what do you mean? Like, we've been at this one for just about an hour. Sure, I would like to know what exactly the deal is. If I take your tip, are you gonna go postal? Yeah, because she was like... Sure. Enough. Man, freaks me out. He really does. Dispose of all the bodies, wipe all the blood. Let me go back in here. Already been in here. Keeping an eye on the pool area. Oh, the ducky! Hello, red-eyed ducky. I love duckies. I really want to get some of those goth duckies. And not like fake ones, I mean like real ones. Oh boy, this is hard, thank you. Hey. Jesus Christ. So they just have weapons and an arsenal back here. Definitely and totally safe. 20 out of 10. God, I love this song. Casual weapon supply crate. I'm assuming that this was the auction area, which is very creepy to think about. What an absolute nightmare. What a bizarre and sad case also for Kowalski, who has literally a daughter. That would send me for all of time. Because this part of it, like the human trafficking part of it, is insane to me. The fact that they're actually going this hard into the files. The fact that they're going this hard into the files in this chapter of the game, I don't know if it encourages me or if it makes me slightly nuts, you know? Because I'm just like, whoa, like, I'm impressed, but I'm freaked out. Where is their blood here? Go on the ceiling. It is very impressive, though. I do like the way that they're taking down the social commentary and actually, like, or I should say, taking up the social commentary and just trying to, like...
Selection of drinks.
Oh, it's because of this, isn't it?
I'll prepare it.
There you go. Yep. Like, it impresses me to no end that they're actually willing to have that dialogue. At the same time, like, holy shit. Clean up all this. That. Oh my goodness. Individual bullets. I want to mop them all into one big pile. Have you played the Ware Cleaner? I have not. Please send it to me. Sath was kind enough to give me Goblin Cleanup, and I still want to play that with everyone. That's one I feel that we must all simply enjoy together at some point. Ware Cleaner? Wait. I feel that I must immediately add this to my list. Yes, we must. We must. Goblin Cleanup is also the way with friends. Especially because I'm curious to see what everybody's cleaning style is. It's free to... Wait, it's free? Did you just say the holy price point of free? In the year of our Lord 2026? Yes, we do. Oh my god, girl, yes, we do. We need literally a therapy day where all we do is play Goblin Cleanup for the entire day. Add it in the Discord, thank you. Because, like, holy Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna need to happen. Ware Cleaner, and it's free. Any cleaning game ever, I love. So here's the funny thing about me, chat, and like y'all will be surprised probably to hear this because every now and then, like behind me, it's not too bad right now, but as y'all can see, I deal with like a lot of ambient clutter and just like stuff in my background, especially as a practitioner. I love to clean. Cleaning is one of those things where I am just like, it always has to happen. It's on sale on Humble Bundle? Yeah. You already had it in your library? Look at you go, Sath. You knew. So I love to clean. Cleaning IRL is one of the most relaxing things that I do. Like, if you were to call me and be like, hey, Effie, I need help cleaning out my refrigerator, I would literally show up with my rubber gloves and my preparedness and my bleach, and I'll be like, all right, we're off to the races, everyone. Not on sale. It's not a bad price for $20, though. Yeah, for $20, what you get is vast. Comedy stealth cleaning game? Wait, I love it. I love it so much. I'll tell you what happened to me is I played a cute little tavern simulator game and then I got attacked midway through the tavern simulation. And when I tell y'all that I had such a large panic attack, because at the time I was already stressed out, that I literally had to close the entire game. So I also need to do more with that one. I was not aware that I would be attacked mid-taverning, and not being prepared for something of that caliber took me out. It's also $15 on Newegg. This style of music too is so fabulous. I just have to say, can we get more guitar plucking albums put into circulation in the Discord? Has Goblin Cleanup. It's so cute. Like, listen, I'm very excited to play that for the first time. It's very cute, it's multiplayer, it's cleaning. It's just like, I find these games so soothing, especially after a long week. You know? There's something deeply therapeutic to me about, like...
The holidays are a great time.
I don't don't know, like I just love cleaning my room. I love cleaning my house. I love washing floors. And actually, if y'all want to see an actual war crime, so 2 big globs of magenta dye accidentally fell on my bedroom lightwood floor, and guess who now has 2 giant globs of pink on her bedroom floor? That will not come up. I need to find a way to get the stain off of my lightwood floors, but I think I'm gonna have to sand and refinish and do all that business, which is fine. The floors need to be, yeah, exactly, Alchemist. The floors need to be refinished anyway, so I'm not too worried. I'm not, like, yeah. I'm like, it's just like, boop and boop, and it just, thank God it wasn't red dye, because someone would think I killed somebody in here, but it's literally like, fuck. I was like, oh, god damn. And I'm normally, like, so careful with it, but of course, the one time that you're not, like, paying complete attention, the disaster happens. Murphy's Law. Could you find something for me? Oh, that would be amazing. Listen, because I'm like, I would like, so my floors need to be, so this summer you guys will probably see me go on the world's briefest little hiatus anyway, because we have the industrial sander, so I could easily just get the finish off the floors, sand them quickly, refinish them after doing a couple of minor, like we had, our house is 100 years old, so I want to make sure that everything is kosher. But once that happens, I could probably just reseal them anyway, because I think I would like my floors in this room to be darker. The lightwood is kind of this yellow color as it speaks. It's like a very pale, it's a very pale shade, but I don't feel like it really suits me very well. And don't get me wrong, I love having hardwood floors. They're very easy to work with. They're very easy to maneuver around. Like, I'll take it to carpet any day. Like, stone or tile would be my absolute preference, but let's be real. That's very expensive. Especially with how things are right now, but I'm like, maybe I could sand and refinish the floors? I'm telling you, every single time that this robot speaks, something inside me dies. Let the wood speak for itself. Yeah, depending on the cut of wood especially. Oh yes. Oh yes, some of that looks really cool. Words cannot even describe sometimes. See, this is exactly what happened with the dye. It was just 2 giant globs of dye that just fell off the gloves, and I was like, this is what I get. Now I'm very thankful though that it did not go inside of like the bathroom or something. You know, like if it had been in the bathtub, I would have felt so bad. Like leaving 2 giant globulous magenta stains in the bathtub is so not ideal. Acid stain colored concrete. Acid stain color concrete is amazing. Looks funny that way, I know, right? What, the wiping technique? Like the little... I'm like, now listen, this is some professional maneuvering. We got this situation under control. This is how you know that the professional has arrived. I was about to reference something insanely wild that I read on Threads, but I can't talk about that on Twitch. All I will say is that Threads are where all the girlies are, and let me just tell you that the girlies are wild. The girlies are wild. Last night at like 2 in the morning, I was just like, you put your what where? I was like, I had to sit fully up and be like, hang on a second. I was like, I know I'm half awake, but now I need to figure things out. The person we removed out of here that was like a pretzel before was pretty funny. Although I don't think that that was a voluntary pretzel, because that level of contortionism, usually you need to practice for years. Like, contortionists are so fucking cool to actually watch IRL, but that level of physical discipline that you need to actually pull that off takes so long to learn. And I'm saying this as a long-term dancer and yogi, like... Holy shit. The way that you have to work into that. It's like ballet. You know, I think what frustrates me a lot about the conversation surrounding ballet and opera is that, like, the amount of training that you actually need to pull off those careers and to pull off these feats is quite extensive to begin with. So hearing it insulted in any way, shape, and form just feels crazy making to me. Any kind of contortionism I find absolutely enthralling to watch. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of like Chris Angel stuff. Especially too because he would be doing crazy shit. Like he once put hooks in his back and like hung for that. It was like the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. I was like, I don't know what's happening here, but it's fascinating. For reasons that are hard for me to explain too. Like it's very funny because I'm not into that kind of like content, but I don't know, it was so weird. It was so different to what everybody else at the time was doing. But I don't know, circus performers in general are very admirable to me. I always find like the feats that they can do particularly enthralling. Like it's just curious. Ever since I read something about a trapeze artist who unfortunately did not land though, where she thought she would, I put all kinds of like I love to dance, don't get me wrong, and I love to be creative, and I love to have a lot of fun with like physical stuff. That's a lot of spilled wine, right, Marissa? Listen, that's a lot of our week. Complete with robot leg. Miss Marissa, how you doing? I've been sending you good vibes all week. People better be behaving. Because the good vibes are on their way to you, so if they're not behaving, they're about to be cleaned up. I'm offended by that chicken leg. But the Backrooms, I don't think it's fully out, but it looks funny. Oh, I miss Backrooms games. I'm gonna bully Auburn into playing Escape the Backrooms with me. Y'all need to manifest that into happening because she hates the back rooms, whereas I'm perfectly comfortable in liminal spaces, and I think that this will be very fun for both of us. She has the game. We keep saying we'll play it, but then when we go to do the multiplayer refuses to work. We're transplant on hold for basically 48 hours, and it's super annoying about when the transplant is going to happen, and I'm on call tonight while I'm dog sitting. Oh my god, Marissa, you poor thing. Please tell me that you're at least dog sitting for a breed that's like reasonable.
It won't move like this.
So sorry, girl. I know that infuriation. What? It's bread. Look. Goodbye, bread. Please?
I need to clear the way first.
I'm gonna become insane, Kowalski. Please.
Something is blocking the way.
Oh, it's the stupid... Oh my god. Here. Take your fucking fork.
It won't move like this.
Kowalski. I have 3 mini schnauzers. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, Sinnoh is dying right now. He wants a schnauzer. That would be very cute. That's adorable. They're very cute dogs. Le Baguette. It's a piece of Wonder Bread. I mean, we're not. All of France and also most of Italy are about to get extremely offended by any comparison of anything that we call American bread to their bread. It's not. We do not understand bread. That is what you must understand about the Italian argument. Be sure. Yeah, please do, Marissa. They're so cute. Dude, when your friend was fostering the Malinois, I was really like, if it doesn't work out, call me. Snarky as I am, yep, that's the perfect breed. Listen, the minute that I met the Malinois, I was like, I did not expect that that was going to be the perfect match for me as a dog. But when you understand how I like to be very task directed, I'm somebody who does not thrive in environments where I am not given clear orders. I will literally find problems to make if I do not have like a modus operandi for that day. I'm not somebody, so I'm not very like, I'm not super spontaneous. Like I'm the kind of person where like, I like to wake up. So like, let's imagine that I go on vacation with somebody, right? If I go on vacation with you, I want there to be some sense of itinerary or else I'm straight up just defaulting to the pool in book. Because if I cannot, or like the beach in a book, because if you do not have plans in place, I immediately am just like, ugh, this trip is about to be a clusterfuck, and I don't like a clusterfuck. I do not like a mess. I do not like the feeling of like, you know how there's some people who totally want to travel and just go like flying in a taxi cab at like 2 a.m. to like some club and be doing all this crazy shit. Like, that's never gonna be me. I'd much rather be happily and safely back in my bed. I'm Little Miss. If the adventure does not need to happen, it does not need to happen that way.
Something is blocking the way.
Because I'm just not, I don't know. I just, when I was younger, I think I saw a lot of people do a lot of really crazy crap. And then as I got older, especially when it comes to things like traveling, I need plans, man. I need concrete, sensible, yes, we're going to go to this museum. Yes, I would like to see this. I think it also signals, too, that the person has a sense of not only self-respect, but respect for your time as well. Because, like, one thing that drives me nuts is whenever my friends will be like, yeah, I'm going on this date, blah, blah, blah. Oh, where are you going? Oh, we're just gonna wing it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, do not offend me this way. What do you mean you're gonna wing it? What does winging it mean? Like, can't you just go to a movie or, like, dinner? Yeah, like, I don't want to be rushed and I don't want to feel chaotic about it. But, like, if you go in there with no plan for a whole vacation, not a single person, have objectives but room for exactly, Ghost. Like, I don't mind a little adventure, but like within the general structure. So like, let's say for example, so one of my favorite vacation destinations is Bermuda. Okay, Bermuda has a lot of fabulous history. So like, if you're like, yeah, I want to hit up some historical sites, you know, and just like kind of like tour that area, great. If adventure happens within that general plan, then I feel good. I'm not saying it needs to be like by 9 a.m. if you're not at this location, then screw you, because I don't like that kind of planning. But it's just one of those things where it's like, for me, I find it very, very challenging when you're either vacationing or dealing with people who just like will not make any plans, or it turns into like, oh, well, it's just whatever you want to do. Like, was there not intention? Like, if it's a beach vacation, I presume that the beach will be happening at some point. If it's a skiing trip, I presume the skiing will be happening at some point. These are good starting points, but I don't like to just be flying completely by the seat of my pants through every encounter. Because that also, to me, like, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels a little bit, like, disrespectful of the other people's time as well. But I don't know. What went up here? What in the world? This was just open like this? See, family and such. Exactly, Crystal. You got it. You got it. It's like, you know, you want to have a kind of general itinerary. Does not need to be super hyper, but like definitely a little foresight goes a long way. So where the stages and look up. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see why it's empty now. Now look at the chandelier. Oh. God damn it. Why must every good thing be... Oh, you know what I have on me? My additional tools, my ladder. Thank you. Oh, please, for the love of God. Let me just whip out my ladder. Yeah, let me just pull my ladder directly out of my ass. It's fine. Totally fine. Hang on, I have an idea. I'm a chick with a plan. Hold this, please. I want you... Oh my god, that just... Is that a carrot? Why is there a carrot? You're matching my train of thought here, right? I'm like, yeah. I don't know where this carrot's been. This feels very You know? I don't know where that carrot's been. Get in the fucking trash bag. Thank God that he uses gloves, because I legit don't know what appendage that carrot has been privy to, but given the location that we're at, I truly feel that anything is possible. Can you lower the chandelier? Because, like, that would be my thought, is that for their own cleaning and maintenance, every very wealthy establishment has a way to basically lower the chandelier and or access them. Because obviously if something happens to the chandelier, that's a bit of a problem. Oh, to be in with the maintenance crew for this place. The things that they would have seen. Let me just whip out my ladder. Yeah, just very casually. Oh my god, you guys, my father gave me a heart attack. We were putting away stuff in the garage the other day, and this man... So, somebody please remind me. In fact, you know what? Could somebody, one of the mods, just put this in my to-do list? I know that this is stupid. Just say Father's Day, new ladder. I'll know what the hell you're talking about. So we have a ladder that's like 8 or 9 feet tall, right? To get into the top of like our lofty garage, okay? My father is on the ricketiest, shittiest ladder you've ever seen in your life. I was having a heart attack. I was like, let me go on the ladder, please. And he was like, no, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, Dad, I was like, I swear to fucking God, if this ladder breaks or if you fall off this ladder, I am never forgiving you. I was like, I will be haunting you as the dead man, because how dare you? Viscerally offended. So I was like, nope. When there's a sale near Father's Day, I'm just picking him up a new one, and he doesn't get to argue me on it. It's literally for his safety, because this was insanity. It's like the tallest ladder too. It's like one of those painter's ladders, and I'm just literally like, I can't handle it. Like the freaking hinges are rusting, like stuff is and it's like swaying, and I'm like, nope. I'm like, Dad, I won't even let my international friends talk to me about potentially traveling to the United States right now. Why do you think I'm going to tolerate you being on this ladder like this? I'm like, I will not even allow my international friends to, like, toy with the idea of potentially coming here in conception in their brain. Why do you think I am going to accept this ladder? So now I must get him a new ladder. Because it cannot be. And Marissa understands me. Trying to tell an Italian father no to anything, I may as well just... honestly, I may as well just take a cactus and shove it directly into my eyeball. Because that's about as much good as it's gonna do me. Yeah, you got the goblin cleanup. Hooray. Oh, that'd be wonderful. Huzzah.
How can I help you, dear sir?
Huzzah! Literally, DOS, I may as well just take the whole cactus and just put it right in the eyeball. Because honestly, like, if I tell this man no in any way, shape, or form to something that he has fixed his mind upon doing, death for 1,000 years. Death to all of us. I violated the very meaning of what it is to be an Italian man for him. Is essentially that, you know, he's already fixed the problem, it's already been handled. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna see about getting him a brand new, really nice quality, well-rated ladder, because frankly, just for like owning any kind of property, just for owning any kind of home, you really do need to have the gear for it. Like years ago, he switched over to electric tools, the battery operated ones instead of the gas ones, and that's already saving us a fortune in this economy. But I'm very particular about safety stuff. I do not let my friends and family get away with like weird safety shit around me, where I'm just like for example, I'll give you guys a good example. So I do not mess at all with letting either of my parents do like crazy risky stuff when I know that they're like probably perfectly capable of getting it done, but I could just be the physically able one. I'm like, no, like I will just lift the boxes. I will just do the thing. I'm very like, if I feel that it could potentially lead to injury, I become very like suffocating, and it's something I'm really trying to work on, because I was like basically the whole time too I'm like fighting my OCD brain that's just like, the ladder is dangerous, the ladder is dangerous, but like at the same time I'm like, ugh. I'm just like, you know what, new ladder, perfect Father's Day gift, he'll love it. Enjoy, Sinnoh. I hope the workday stops driving you insane. Okay, what's back here, if anything? Not a really. No, my shoes. That's the thing that drives me crazy. Dirty shoes. Alright, so all that needs to be trash. Only got 3 hours. Oh, everybody, when you see Auburn, congratulate her. It's the last day of work for her at a really crappy job. And we're all so proud of her for moving on to something better.
End up cooked. The others must be chopped first.
You know, I'm manifesting these changes for you as well. I'm so proud of and happy for her, because at fucking long last, freaking long last, you know? Of course, you know, dude, literally any of you guys that are in like crappier jobs, I just want to see y'all happy, safe, and jobs that don't make you want to lose your mind. Extra reminder that it is Venus's high holiday this Sunday. So if anybody would like anything put on the altar, specifically, this is your reminder to DM me about it so that we can do a little bit of Venus petitioning for the community. I literally don't care what the situation is. You can tell me as much as you feel comfortable about, and or nothing at all, and just be like, please pray in this general category for me, and I will. Try and steal me from my work yesterday? Ooh, Ghost, look at you being an asset. We love that. We love that. That's a vibe. I'm also very offended that all of this food is on the floor. Perfectly good food wasted, but you know, what can we do? But yes, since I am someone who works with Venus, I will let you guys know that this is the holiday to make petitions to her. And since I'm in a pretty good position to do so, if y'all would like prayers, this is your chance to get into my DMs and literally get them. Shitty company treats people like shit, but $40 an hour, you know, but $40 an hour. And with where you're living, Ghosts, honestly, like, y'all need it. $40 an hour is... Actually, with where all of us are living, we all could use $40 an hour. Get into my DMs. For science, exactly. Literally for the almighty Venusian prayer activity. What is going on here? Really? I need $40 an hour, right? I'm like, I think we all could use $40 an hour. I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. And for those of you that don't know that commercial, y'all gotta go back and YouTube it and watch it. Venetian is apparently struggling for engineers and maintenance people. Ooh. I see instant. Oh no. I've committed a violent act. Oh god. Leaving this kitchen in this state is gonna trigger me. The best thing is JG Wentworth singing while I'm dealing with this. Please just go upright. Thank you. Listen, whenever I do a call for praying for the community, I'm fine with people getting in my DMs then. It's literally every other time that I'm like, don't. But if you're literally like, hey, I've got an insane situation with an ex-partner, or I desperately need to be able to pay my bills next month, blah, 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 blah. I'd much rather offer out the service and help y'all out with one than be the person who sits there and is like, I'm just gonna be over here in my corner, just only praying for me. Because screw it. What is the point? Work makes the dream work, baby. Alright, that's all closed up. That makes me significantly less insane. Please make sure it's only about the prayers, nothing else. Yes. Exactly. Just the deets. Just the deets. Deets for petition. Go to petitioning. Alright. What? Where? What? How? Why is this pillow here? I presume that you go somewhere down the hill here?
We have a wide selection of drinks. You name
What
it,
the
I'll
fuck?
prepare it.
Seth, do you have any memory of this pillow ever existing anywhere? I'm assuming it has to just... Why is this bench... Oh, it's in the area above. Oh, it's from the area above. Okay, hang on. Let me just toss the shit up there. I was like, you know... Oh, I love hearing glass break. I have a structured settlement. Get fucked. I enjoyed that far too much. God damn, there are still 5 bodies. But this is what happens when you mess around doing crazy hoo-ha things with robots. Please don't do crazy hoo-ha things with robots. I know, I still have a whole floor and then some. I still have a whole floor. I still have whole rooms to discover. Also, hang on. I'm about to knock things off the desk. Hello, Mysterio. How are you? Ooh, my desk. My desk had crumbs. I was not happy with this. How are you? I don't know why Pink Pony Club was the song that just came to mind, but you know what? Here we are. Billionaire sex robot hotel. With me jamming to Pink Pony Club in my head. Yeah, Phoenix, what the fuck is going on with Chapel Roan? I don't know anything about Chapel Roan, but I know about Chapel Roan through you. But then all of a sudden everybody's been making weird jokes on social media about Chapel Roan, so I don't know. So what is happening? What is the meme? I don't understand. You're talking about apparently how she's oh my god, Seth, I found it without... There's really so much to unpack here. Hang on. Are you in... Is your ass rusted? Sir. If we're gonna have kinky time with robots, please at least make sure the ass ain't rusty. Well. Yeah, I'm like, I want to understand what the meme is about Chapel Roan, because apparently everybody is making jokes about it online. Yeah, Alchemist, this is literally a level that is all about a sex hotel for billionaires who are messing around with these robots, and all I will say is that there have already been several unidentified toys that nobody can imagine what they're used for, including a dildo chainsaw. So, that's fun. Oh. Behave. Thank you. Oh dear, yes. That was my thought too. I was like, ah, so it's basically Elon's fantasy. And we've already had several references to Elon direct. Oh my god, Yennefer and Geralt. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's my fucking franchise. Oh my god, I'm so happy. It's Geralt of Rivia and Yennefer of Vengerberg. Oh my god. It's been the... Okay. This is fabulous. I wish that every game franchise would do what these devs are doing. The fact that Geralt and Yen... Ugh. Complete with the unicorn. Is there a bathtub? And there's a wooden circular bathtub too. Oh, it's so perfect. Geralt! Oh my god, wait, this is crazy. Hi. That's so fucking badass. Hang on. Oh, and the pitchfork that killed him in the books! Bro, that's crazy! Yo, I love seeing game devs that are also book readers. The pitchfork is such a nice detail. Bro, that's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, in the Witcher books, Geralt dies at the end by getting stabbed in the belly with a pitchfork as Yennefer and Triss are also dying, and Ciri teleports Geralt and Yennefer to essentially what amounts to being, Avalon. But they can live out their days peacefully on an apple orchard, while she basically teleports through time and space.
Good times.
Yo, this is so cool! I love seeing devs that are book fans. But yeah, at the end of the Witcher books, Geralt and Yennefer both die, and basically Ciri brings them to a safe place. And then the whole premise, that's why basically all of the games are not canon. Yeah, that's why none of the games are considered canon, and that's why there's a whole fucking thing where the author of the books actually hates the games. But the thing is that there's like a lot of speculation about whether or not Geralt and Yennefer would have survived their injuries, since they technically both woke up on Avalon. So I don't know. But the idea is that Ciri goes off in the end as the lady in space and time, and just basically is using her powers for just her own general purposes after basically being trafficked for her entire childhood and used like a weapon of mass destruction. So it's actually quite a happy ending for their story, if you want God's honest truth. Especially because no matter what happens, the idea is that Geralt and Yennefer wound up together in the end. So here were these two very imperfect people who just kind of found their way back to each other. Oh yeah, well that's why there's such controversy about the whole franchise Phoenix, because the events of the Witcher games never happen in the books. They're supposed to happen after the books. So you're supposed to read the books, then play the games. Like, if you want like the actual Witcher overview, you read the books, then you play the games, and by play the games, I mean start with 3, because 1 and 2 are just complete fan fiction bullshit that is completely irrelevant to the books in just about every single way possible. But the reason why they could finally bring even Yennefer in for 3 is because they finally got the rights to her. The author would not give CDPR the rights because essentially he kind of knew like they were not going to do justice to his series, and that's the only reason why Triss also ever became a romance interest in the games, is because they could not get the rights to Yennefer, so they took various story elements and basically stuck that onto her, which is why for a lot of us who are book fans, it's a very sore point about the games, because it's like, while the games are excellent games and there's absolutely no contesting that, they're one of the most legendary franchises of all time for a reason, their creation definitely was not respectful to the source material at all. And the devs, when confronted about it, like, while they did try to make amends for it in The Witcher 3, a lot of the content that they cut is actually content that would have centrally tied into the books, so it kind of is just ass. However, that being said, the director of The Witcher 3 is one of the most masterful storytellers of all time. So there's a lot of nuance and discussion about it, but basically the whole idea behind the Witcher franchise is that when you read the books, especially after having played the games thoroughly... Hey, the balcony key. Oh, the balcony key. Oh boy. Kaer Morhen! That's so sick! This better all be silver. Wait, is this silver or gold? It's silver for Yen! Yo, they actually did read the books. The fact that they have silver jewelry in this for Yennefer, who does not wear gold jewelry as a rule, she will only wear silver, that's really fucking cool. That's really fucking cool. WDevs. WDevs! I love this so much. The whole thing being a reference to the beginning of The Witcher 3. What's up, Samish? How you doing? I really love it, Sath. Thank you. I'm so excited. This is totally my vibe. Although I will say the unicorn does look very creepy, but I suppose that's the point. But the fact that they have the pitchfork, the silver jewelry, on a break between patients, I'm glad you're doing well today, dude. We were just getting into some Witcher lore discussion because let me tell y'all, the amount of times that I have had, I'm gonna punch you in the dick. Hang on. If it works. Nope. It has to be the S, huh? It really does. Okay. But yeah, the whole Witcher fandom is basically one that is very much split along very particular lines, which is why, honestly, like, anytime that as a streamer you try to play the franchise, you wind up having some of the most frustrating, instead of like it being exciting, some of the conversations, oh my god, there's a second sword here too. The two swords, one silver and one steel, let's go. That makes me deeply happy. But yeah, there's a whole lot of bullshittery that's happened within that fandom, and mainly because the author keeps trolling us also by releasing further books that then undo some of the canon in his earlier books, and most of it is so that he can fuck over CDPR, if I'm being honest. So like now, for example, there are no Witcher schools in separate disciplines, so there's no wolf school, cat school, so there can't be any school of the lynx for Ciri. It's you get trained by a mentor and do an apprenticeship basically as a Witcher, and then you're like passed out into the wider world, but everybody goes through Kaer Morhen. So it's like basically it just broke all of the lore for the games and separated the books from the games forever, which, like, if you have done any writing yourself, and like I'm sure Sinnoh, as he's lurking, would not along with this, you know, like, to do that as an author is to basically ensure that your IP stays as your IP forever. It's essentially guaranteeing that nobody can actually quite get the lore right. And so what I both appreciate this as an artist, and I also see it as like, I really wish that Sapkowski would just please reconcile with the majority of the devs for the game and actually come together to create something instead of trying to argue about it further. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I do absolutely love the Witcher franchise, but it is super exhausting to kind of constantly be stuck in this weird spot of, like, I want to, like, support the franchise, but also it's filled with annoyance. Oh, Yennefer's journal here being here, too, is actually crazy, now that I think about that. Oh, shit. Wait, that's so cool. And then he's got the potions. He's got a fork. That's actually crazy. But yeah, so there's been so much drama inside of that fandom. There is always a lot of... Honestly, when the new Witcher book came out too, I was like, oh, here we go. And then everyone was like, oh, and there he goes breaking his own lore and whatnot. And I was like, oh, man. It's kind of crazy and sad. I love the games though, regardless of if they're canon or not. I think that they're all really lovely. And to be honest with you guys, aside from any contribution of Triss, I just sort of let the two things exist separately because I think that that's the only reasonable way to go through it. Marissa, what I'm amazed by is that they're delaying a liver transplant by that long. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like legit shocking.
Amber, I found Lars's office, but he's not here.
What are you talking about?
He might have escaped through the window.
That fucking guy. Okay, look for the associates list or something like that. Don't leave empty-handed.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Photo with Big Jim. Oh shit. Oh my god, so this asshole was gonna traffic her. And her own dad was fucking complicit. Yo, I like Amber more and more as our quote-unquote antagonist for this as time goes on. Hey, I can't steal that bus. Alright, let's do this, I suppose. But you know what the whole Witcher fandom can agree on, to summarize that conversation? Fuck whatever the hell Lauren Histrick was trying to do with that show. That is all she wrote, folks. That's the one thing that we can all come together on, no matter what your discipline is. Frick that show. Scream. Perfect placement, really. So what's everybody up to for this Easter weekend? Marissa, I'm sure that you have plans. I cannot imagine the family not getting together for Easter. Where in the world? Oh, maybe here? Here. Ugh. I do like that they give you like a wet squishy sound when you put something back dirty. Because I know that we are doing Good Friday stuff tomorrow. And then otherwise on Sunday, I'll be here with you guys. Saturday is actually Sinnoh's birthday, so I will be hanging out with him. I don't think I'll stream it. I think he and I haven't really talked about it, but who knows? Maybe. We'll have to see. But, either way, we should be doing some group fun shenanigans tomorrow, or Saturday. And then on Sunday, you guys have got me all day because we have no plans. Because my family celebrates Jesus' death more than his resurrection, which is, a creative decision on the family's part, really. Oh, that's a head. That's a Terminator head. However, for those of y'all, too bad to work evenings all weekend? No, that sucks. That sucks. That is rough. I am so sorry, Crystal. Are they having you do mornings too, or just the weekends? Because honestly, like, making you work through a holiday mornings and evenings is actually crazy.
Either you're in or you're out. Or you end up like this one.
No, okay, good. Because I'm like, hang on there a minute. That's a lot of freaking double shifts. Granted, hospital, but at the same time, lots of double shifts. Oh my. He almost looks like the dude from, where have I seen that model? Oh, we've probably seen him in a previous level. I don't know. Sometimes I could swear to God that I'm looking at something that I've seen from another game. But this game doesn't really reuse a whole lot of assets, which has been nice. I switch between... Oh, I see the skull goes up here. Hat. Oh, that was not... Nope, depth perception. Morning and evening shift on the days... Oh, okay. Hey, Kowalski. You have ideas for the... Oh, you know what I need to do? I know what I need to do. What can I throw? This is not gonna work. This is just gonna get stuck in there with her, but we're gonna try it anyway. Yo, it worked! When in doubt, throw a hat at the coochie. Oh. When in doubt. Just like that, I've become Lang Lang. Have I been in here? Yeah, this was the creeper room that we started with, actually. Many pillows and good, Crystal. I'm glad that they're at least switching you off and not making you do like repeat back to back, because honestly that would be crazy. Oh, there's a safe. I see. Do I need the safe code? I'm assuming
I need to clear the way first.
Yeah, no, that would be horrible. If that wasn't switched off, that would be craziness. Let's get that. Go back. Bro was willing to jump out the window. Although I guess with his affiliations with Amber's dad, it makes sense. Like, because I'm assuming that she's somehow the one responsible for this. So it's got me a bit like... The safe code. Alright, we're gonna have to find the safe code somewhere in here, I'm assuming. Unless we get super lucky. Ernie. Let's toss you down. Where else? We got the body out of here, but we didn't actually do the cleaning up. That's right, the alien experimentation room. That definitely has a cassette player on the other side of it, but I have no idea what the, I remember how creepy that this was when we first played it, actually. I have no idea what the code for this is going to be, though. I will say, though, I am glad that when you have to unlock things, it's not necessarily so easy that it's like... You know, the baby basics. Okay, hang on. We need a refill. There's the stairs. hear the noise. There we go. Oh, what gorgeous cars. If I was Kowalski, I'd be stealing those cars. I'd be like, I know how to hotwire a car. I'm out of here. Sometimes you just gotta vamos. Let's go back upstairs with the bucket. If I can hopefully not. Please don't spill. Don't do it. Okay. Every now and then I'm derpy and I forget what I was doing. Like that. And then I wind up paying for it. Ooh, just stop it. Stop it. Ever since I said don't, all I can do is that. Like I'm determined. It's like when you're holding a cup of coffee or like an overly full drink and it just starts sloshing around on the sides. Like, please no. The whole sample thing is really crazy to me. I guess I just don't understand the whole alien probe fetish. I don't think I ever want to understand it, but I'm just saying I just really don't understand like what the... Like it feels a little bit too nuts, you know? And this isn't a king shame, you know, but it's just, it's like, I don't know. It's just not my particular flavor of weirdness. Not my fave. Of course. Why was I about to leave when there would naturally be something on the dang ceiling? Alright, so get rid of all the trash. Does this mean just like in the place? I still don't understand what I'm dealing with here. Although it matches my hair, so you know what? We'll take it. I don't understand this room. I feel that I am missing secrets, but... This was the... Oh. Have I even been in here? Oh yes, this was the torture porn room. Hang on. I have my other light somewhere. Okay. Okay. What's insane to me is that they would put carpet in a room like this. I feel like that's the most insane thing that was definitely going on in this room, is like, why of all the places to have carpet would you pick the imprisonment room for carpet? The BDSM room is arguably the most nuts choice, because the amount of blood that you would have to clean off of this thing on an average week in this place would be an unholy amount of labor. Like, honestly. And the fact that the rug has any element of white in it is the other thing. Like, if it was a black rug, alright, like... At least it wasn't a kitchen or a pool room. Listen, carpet in a kitchen is actually diabolical. Kitchen and a carpet would legit make me fight you, you know? I did not realize that was moonlight. I was like, what is that stain that I have not seen? All I'm saying is that there's many questions I have to ask that are not great questions for this kind of a scenario. Not that I really think that you could ever get away with having good questions in a scenario like this one. I think it's just always going to be really fucking weird and unpleasant, but... That being said, there are questions that are easier to ask, and then there are questions that are complicated. Alright. But yeah, once again, shout out to these devs. These devs, man, they do such a beautiful job. It's really crazy too how like it gets so much commentary generated as well about like the topics that they've specifically picked to cover for this. Because the thing that's really interesting to me is that they'll cover very controversial topics in a way that just isn't rage bait. And I really appreciate that from them as a little simulator game, because I don't think that anybody would be expecting that from them. Didn't we close this before? I vaguely remember closing this. Oh, here was the dildo chainsaw that we couldn't figure out because it has 3. So the thing that upsets us about the dildo chainsaw is that it has 3. What I don't understand, like 2, okay, but 3 is like... I have so many questions. 100,000 questions go through my head with this because like I just don't like I know. Like you see? It's like cuz I mean so speaking from a medical mechanical standpoint, this doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But I must discuss it as such because it's just like what. So, like, your perineum is just gonna get slammed by fucking plastic? Like, why would that be fun? Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that would be fun. It's just so weird. Like, I don't know why you would want your perineum getting slammed by plastic. Like, okay, so if that's your poison, right? I can understand too, but unless you're a hermaphrodite, where the fuck is the third one going? That's what I'm asking, Phoenix. That's what I want to really know here is like mechanically, like what was happening here? Like, honestly, not even mad at the kink of it because you know what? That is kink that I can actually understand. However, what in the name of Christ is the third part doing? Like, honestly, it's enough that I am probably going to wind up Googling this because I am that curious as to what the application of this is. And the fact that my Google search history is going to be cursed with this knowledge and the fact that you are all going to probably hear about this in Just Chatting tomorrow should really, like, honestly fill you with a sense of both dread and excitement, because I am on a hunt to understand what the hell is happening here. Ma'am, if you and your leather suit do not get into the fucking vehicle. Yes, we know. You look fabulous. She did more fucking double axles than a fucking figure skater. Let's go. You know what? Fine. In that outfit, I would do. Honestly, like, Phoenix, I'm genuinely just like, I don't, like, maybe I'm just really out of the know, but I literally cannot understand the mechanistic benefit of any of that, you know? To me, it's just like, I truly just want to also, the wooden chair being in here is like the weirdest addition to me. That just feels so lazy for a billionaire sex hotel. Like, all the rest of this makes sense. Makes logistical sense to me, as somebody who understands. But that is just one of those things where I'm just like, maybe I'm insane, but this feels shockingly not useful. What is the... Yeah, bro, the urethra can't handle that at all. Like, that's what my thought process was too, is I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, because that's the only other third hole that's in that zone. You know what I mean? I don't know. Many questions abound for me in the dungeon. Just from a purely mechanical standpoint, I really want someone to explain that to me like I'm 5. Or not like I'm 5, actually. Explain it to me more like I'm, you know, an adult, please. Let's not be, I don't know. I have many questions circulating through my brain about that. Yeah, because, like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever in my life, because I've seen every arrangement of toys that y'all can imagine, especially with a background as a belly dancer, like, you see some shit. But, like, frankly, I don't think in my experiences dancing, I don't think in my experiences with friends who got, like, really into kink, like, I cannot fucking, for the life of me, figure out
What's your poison?
what the purpose is. Also, I need to find the safe code here. There's gotta be a thing that happens. Because, as of right now, I would be leaving empty-handed, Amber.
Some robot threw her away like a useless toy.
Speaking of useless toys, Kowalski, I have many questions. Dress was cute, though. Alright, so let's get stuck in here and let's find these secrets. I heard some shit like that, right? That's what I'm saying, Phoenix. That's the part that's really messing with me. The IQ test. I hate the IQ test, by the way. For those that are wondering, like, especially with a background in any kind of education, I feel like how to go insane quickly is to bring up the IQ test to anybody who knows any of scientific history, and we all just start going fucking insane. I'm assuming the security wouldn't have it. That's stupid. I feel like it's gotta be somewhere that's accessible. We connected these two areas. Alright, pool's back. That's closed. Unless it's like in the vents. I doubt it though. I feel like there must be a colossal amount of secrets that we're missing. Because this location is absolutely massive. They're soulless eyes. That way. Hopefully it won't be in the prisoner's room. Yeah, it's super weird, Phoenix. I don't even know. Sometimes, too, some of the disciplines. I mean, like, honestly, so I've been blessed in my life to have friends who are into that kind of shit, but I have been marked safe. I have never personally understood it, so I don't know. I'm one of those types where I'm just like, if it floats your boat, I guess. If it floats your boat and hurts nobody, then whatever, but, like, I don't know. From a logistical, biological standpoint, I'm not seeing it.
The holidays are a great time to dip your toes into.
Oh, money. I bet there's just cartons of cigarettes everywhere. And of course, Kowalski doesn't steal those to resell them. Even though he could probably make himself a nice bit of money on that. Oh, there you are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Phoenix. Is like, there's just kind of a level where you're like, wait a minute. I used to love these bouncy balls when I was like, when I was younger, and you used to go to any place that was like, when I was younger and you used to go to like any gym studio or something, you'd just be like, this is so cool. Is this the number of the rooms, I wonder? I don't know. Ones that look like they were a sky. Oh, the room with the stuff that looked like it was a sky? Yeah. Hang on. There has to be a clue to that order somewhere, right? Because that very clearly opens something up. My suspicion is that there will be layers within layers to this place. Oh, what a cool looking pool. Actually pretty dope. Is it like... I would think it was the order of the rooms. Oh. Alright, so green is definitely jams. Pink, I want to say, was the relaxation. No. Hang on. What was the color in the torture room? No, what was the blue room? Hang on. Look at the pedestal color. Hang on, let's go to each room, because I know that the green one is definitely correct. Pink area. The pink area. Let's go back upstairs to each room. So, back we go. So if we were to go through this thing, so this is the order of the things. So room 1 is pink. So 1 is pink, and that's the torture room. All right, 1 is torture. 2 is music. 3 is... I'm assuming green. No. So 1 is torture, 2 is music, 3... What fucking color is this? I guess it's brown? Yeah, I guess this is just like natural. Yeah, because then 4 is clearly this. I don't know. I actually don't know. This is really weird. I just think that those 3 need to be on the right. I'm assuming that those 3 need to be the right colors in the relaxation area. Torture was pink. Music was green, and I guess 3 was brown? I don't even know. Okay, so torture. I guess we're gonna just say that relaxation. What was the... I don't think that that's medieval. Wasn't something blue? Maybe it was this. I don't know. Maybe I'm blind, but neither of these look different. Unless, what color is this? It's just like... The whole idea is that this needs to be here? I don't know. This color, though, is like... kind of the orange, I guess? I don't know. That's what my thought was. At the bottom of the... Thank you! Blue, God bless you. I don't know. That's a good question. Let's check them all. I'm thinking it was just a shadow. I'm like trying to look at the colors of the room. Like this one definitely feels orange. So I'm gonna go with that. Pink is the torture. This is that. And then if these 2 are the only 2 that are left though. First 2 don't look different at all, right? It's anything special, but it could be a secret I miss. That's what I'm thinking, because so then the other conventional thought, right, is that 1 is torture. So if we say fuck the colors, because let's assume that the colors are misleading. So 1 is torture. 2 is you. 3 is medieval. I don't know. It's so weird. I genuinely just feel like I'm missing something here, you know? But how are you, Blue? It's good to see you. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil in the middle. Oh my God. Girl. That's genius. There's something on the bottom of the monkeys. It's a shadow. I was thinking the same thing, and so was Blue. Like, we were both like, wait. Maybe there's something behind or beneath. What if we gave them their corresponding colors? Because these are the two corresponding colors. So confused. This is such a Googleable moment. Rude, chair. Alright, so then there's the safe code. There's a couple things we gotta find. I'm so insanely confused. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's like a photo or something of it. Go back into the VIP zone. Maybe there will be more clues as we go. Get rid of the trash. What have I missed? Oh, there is something in an out of bounds zone in here. I remember that. Blue, you are totally correct. There is something in here that is like out of bounds. It's really weird. It's like going through the ceiling. Like you can almost see like a shred of something, like it's stuck. It's not gonna be out here, is it? I feel like I didn't check anything around here. Oh. Choose your fun. Weird that we're not taking that. A bottle of vodka just chilling. It's fine. Nobody worry about it. Definitely a safe and healthy workspace. Encyclopedia of Universal Sciences and Arts. Lovely. What we're gonna do? We haven't. And it's making me feel like a dum-dum not to. Oh, the snowman! On the robot sex place? Yes, we are. Perfect. I couldn't handle it. The snowman must have his nose, you know? Yay, you fixed him. Abso-freaking-lutely. I swear to God, what the hell is this now? Why is this here? Bruh. A flashlight? Wait. I found it! I was like, with a flashlight? This is giving Until Dawn, honestly, not gonna lie. Oh. Oh, Kowalski. Oh, baby, we about to work them joints, that's for sure. I'm so curious right now, Seth. This was just from me being oh my God, it's a perfect place. Oh, money trees. Oh, that's funny. The idea that money does grow on trees, you know? Robot kink zones, exactly. Oh, clue.
Okay, this must be the place. My own peaceful retreat in the snowy mountains. There is only like one road and one hotel in the area. No dangers at all.
Not a single danger.
I can sleep peacefully now after kissing Mr. Cauliflower. night. And tomorrow, me and Miss Carrot are going to build a snowman.
He's here as well. That can't be right.
I think so. Also, Blue, did you, for real, my homegirl in Christ, speed through the main story so quickly that you got into Act 2 the first night of playing, or am I missing something? Because I swear to Christ on a cracker, I almost had a heart attack. I was like, wait a second. It like took me a second, then I was like, wait a minute. How the fuck is she on the same level as me? I was like, wait, just a damn minute. Growing back. Oh, I'm deaf now? Okay. I was like, wait a second. I was like, am I losing my sanity? We were all just like, we had a second of like, wait a second. Yeah, I think it is the same gardener from the dude. Alright, so is that just the whole secret? Is that the gardener's here? I wish I could open up this door. Interesting that we didn't have to... Wait, the money's just growing... It's an infinite money tree? Where do I get me one of these? For his daughter is the last spy, I think. Oh yeah, oh my god, dude, that party house. Oh my lordy Jesus. I remember jumping across roofs for that. That's the secret, that it just grows money. You know? Whenever I hear like crunching behind me in a game, I get nervous because I'm like, what if that's not my footsteps? I don't know if anybody else does that. I get creeped out. Well, that's really cute. I like that secret. There's one. Alright, let's keep on looking around. Little snowman. How very cute. Alright, so now let's go room by room. We're just gonna do a forensic investigation of everything. And also, if we can find that piece of stupid trash, we're gonna get a hold of it. Nothing immediately obvious there, nothing immediately obvious here. Just me fee-fi foaming around. I know, like literally, girl, that's the scariest part for me of the new Resident Evil game, is that fucking game, the footsteps, oh my god, the sound design. That is honestly the best sound design that I have heard in a game in a very long time. I wish that we had 100 more games like it in terms of sound design, but also it deeply, deeply horrifies me. I have like a thing with hearing footsteps that aren't necessarily mine. In that game, I just feel like every other noise is just like designed to trigger the holy Jesus out of you. I don't think you have Phoenix, but I'm excited to receive it. Send it. We love some good Requiem memes. Wow, what a beautiful, actually, what a gorgeous pool area. Watching, I thought someone was behind me. I know, Marissa. I'm like, dude, I'm just amazed that more of us don't like completely freak out, you know? Like, because I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, that game freaks me all the way out. And I'm excited to get back to more of it with you guys soon. Like, as soon as I can literally just manage it, I plan to. It's just literally one of those cases where I'm like, I do not want to psychologically bone myself after the month that I've had. Okay, so... So this is the security room that's looking out to this. Here are the lights. He feels like he's a secret of some sort. Crystal, I hope it was fun. I've heard many good things. Experimental, yeah. You gotta really be in like the zone. And especially too because we have to go in with a not hitting interact, but I ain't doing to it. Okay. Buddy? Did it in 5 hours? That's not bad at all, dude. This feels sussy to me. I don't know, it feels like there's more to the maintenance room pool situation. Like this too, like what? Yeah, I'm missing something? Oh. Hated that view. This isn't a secret though. Unless I need to like destroy these. Playing it so expected longer, honestly. True. True. Fair, true, and real. What are you doing? Can I punch you? No. Is this so? I'm trying to remember, like, because I haven't watched anything about this game, so I have no idea if there's a secret in here. But I feel like if there was gonna be a secret, like, why would you let me raise and drop the pool level unless it's gonna be in the pool area, you know? I guess, like, the only other perk is letting me walk across the zone, but that feels a little bit silly. Alright, so you won't let me get over there easily. I don't know, like, maybe it's back there? Yeah, girl, right? I still laugh about God of War. I literally thought that we had, like, 2 more hours of that game, and it was just like, nope, you don't. It was like, nope, it's done. And I was like, oh. Okay. We've clearly live. All right, what? I feel like if there was gonna be a secret area, it would be, I don't know. Like, what is that? I don't know. I don't know. This is also strange to me. I'm almost tempted to put the lockdown back on. Can I, like, go in one? This definitely feels like a secret. I can't even explain. You know what the only other thing I can think is? From an artistic standpoint, because this would also make sense. Like, Like, that also makes sense to me. No evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I feel like that has to be a secret of some kind. Now I'm just looking for clues to anything. It is a secret. All right, Blue, you want to give us the tea? Yes, please. I appreciate that y'all both are asking me. I'm like, yes, please. Put us out of our misery, chat. It is related to the pain. What? Okay. So the last one is gonna be exactly Mysterio. Room you're in has a blindfolded samurai. Oh, okay. Got you, got you. That is a vibe, Mysterio. That is genuinely a vibe. All right, let me see. So you're talking in the exam rooms too, right? All right, we can do this. I believe in us. The exam rooms. You're talking in the kink rooms. Like, please, God, let it, Okay. It's just the colors in that painting? Is there a particular locale I should be looking for these paintings? I mean, there's not going to be a painting in here. There is a cassette in there. Ooh, I do like that door, though. That door is very cool. I think they're all in the yoga room. Okay. Donkashan? Oh, like the blindfold is. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's like that pretty magenta. Oh, yeah, Blue. I dyed my hair and painted my nails. Painted my nails with chat, as a matter of fact. Wait, we didn't check in here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Witcher reference, I know. I know. We already went through all of it. And then they had all silver jewelry out here for yen too. And I was like, I'm so happy. And then we went on a whole tangent about The Witcher where I was explaining to people how the books end. Because they have the pitchfork for Geralt to get murked on. And I love that they include that Geralt gets murked. Because it's literally the first note that the game franchise starts on. Why, thank you, Walker. I'm gonna have some of my Olipop. These little sodas are surprisingly good. Was genuinely shocked by them. I'm like, okay. I love that so much. Me too, dude. And I still don't know what the safe key would even be. Oh.
Shit. Easy peasy.
Brick of cocaine?
My boy, don't you ever call me on Sunday when I'm at church with my family. You godless people have no decency at all. I'm aware that Dave went missing. So what? This part of business is your thing, not mine. He was your supplier after all. I just want to know one thing. do we have a problem?
That guy sounds familiar. Isn't that?
Senator Holden, a well-known guardian of traditional values.
Well, I'll be damned.
Shocking. I've never seen a plot like this happen in real life. Simply cannot fathom it. It's too unbelievable. Definitely not realistic at all whatsoever. Why? Thank you, Phoenix. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Alright, so it's the painting. The painting's in the yoga room. Alright, so we have a magenta samurai. Okay. We have that. We have a hang on, let me just put this on here. Is it all just the one painting? What in the... My thing said it was only one painting in the yoga room and the other two are on the second floor. Like the rooms? That's Kitty. Hang on, let's try and find the paintings. Let's at least try. Okay, so here is the not being able to speak. I guess it's in a green. I guess it's green. It looks blue to me though, like because of her outfit, it could be blue though too. So I'm assuming that speak is blue. I haven't commented that her without her mouth was like a weird decision on their part, so I'm glad it has a reason. So speak is blue, and then here I feel like we can just guess. Alright, let's see. Thank you both. Let's see if we got this. My god, I keep getting so lost inside of this hellhole robot sex bonanza place. Okay, so speak is blue. Good luck, breathing. So hearing is not that, maybe hearing is this. Alright, let's carry on with the hearing, I suppose. I need to find the hearing one. I'm so clueless. This is so confusing. Bandana magenta. I'm so close. Wait, hang on. That means that I only have one to swap. Yeah, let's go. Oh, Jesus Christ, the red room. Prepare yourselves. Oh. What in the fucking forest? Thank you. The fort. When December turns blue. Oh boy. There's a chainsaw room. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm like,
Fuck. Screw this.
there we go.
Easy peasy.
Oh, there's a fucking head in there. Fabulous. Ah, okay. Well, we got our evidence. We're still missing that one stupid piece of trash. The octopus, I know, it's so cute. It reminds me of those little grumpy versus happy octopi that everybody was touting around. Wait, this thing still says what? Get rid of the trash? Blue, is this the same area that you were running into problems with the trash? I legit think that something is just bugged. Oh, fair. PNG. Oh, nice. Wait a second. I'm forgetting a sealable up there? I'm forgetting a sealable. I'm losing my touch, ladies and gentlemen. I almost forgot to rob these people some more. A disaster. This would definitely be the room that I would want to stay in. This one honestly seems the most tame, even though red is a horrible color to try and sleep in the same bedroom as. Like, word to the wise, don't ever paint your bedroom red. You will have the worst time trying to get the fuck to bed. Calming, relaxing colors like blues, purples, greens. Oh. We did it! Huzzah! Casual 3.5 hours. Huzzah indeed. I can get that one track of music, but I'm honestly not that worried about it. What our score is. Full list. Nice. Good. What's up, Blurred? 1,000. Damn, we missed a lot of music. I got the one secret you didn't get, and you got the 2 I didn't. Well, I clearly missed 2 of them, so... I apparently missed 2, so, you know, casual. Dexter! Oh, you little... Enough of you, Bull. Goodbye. Stop making noises. Dexty!
What's up, Dexter?
If anything happens to this dog, I will yeet this game into the sun. Just so that we're all very clear. I know, every single time that we play this, I'm just like, nope. Aw. Her room, it looks so cute. Also, somebody remind me to get the skins.
On a night without witnesses, the fruit tree will bend and open its veins.
What fucking game am I playing?
A sea of hatred will seep quietly into your home. It will arrive without feasting of iron and wine drawn from the blood of your kin.
Asmodee? Astaroth, what we doing?
Filled and overripe will tremble and dance in your hand, saturated beyond misfortune.
I'm an occultist. This is how to arouse me. I'm an occultist. You have my attention.
Will bring death, not because he understands, but because the visit was already written in the marrow. The
I mean,
your voice will swell and spill across the red floor, only to be washed away and sealed.
the fact that they're using that symbol of all symbols is the funniest shit. Hang on. I could get into it, but I won't. What in the name of Jesus? Bro, you gotta stop drinking and go into the pool, bro. I'm not even upset that it's demonic. I just am so confused. Where's my doggy? I need to pat the doggy after this.
Times are changing, but you're still such a good boy.
My favorite part of the game. Kowalski, could you please just...
I had a hunch that there must be someone else behind all this. Dave was just a knucklehead. And Lars? He ran back to his master as soon as he saw us coming. We wanted to hunt down whoever profits from our friend's suffering, only to find something bigger and far worse than we expected. We killed some and lost some. I only regret that we couldn't burn it all to the ground.
Burning crime scenes to the ground would put me out of business in no time.
Okay, chat. I think before we get into another 3.5-hour mission, because I do have tabletop tonight, this is actually a good pausing point in the story. But I'm actually so pleased with the direction that this game is going into, because next time we're gonna get to do cult cleanup shit, which is kind of amazing. I was not expecting. I mean, honestly, I know that each level gets bigger in scale and more fun in scale, but I wasn't expecting a full-blown occult cult. That... I'm salivating. We're gonna have fun with this tomorrow. But anyway, chat, for those of you that don't know, I will be over at Sinnoh's tonight doing a tabletop session. I will see, hopefully, many of you there. If I don't see you there, though, I will probably see you... Excuse me, probably early tomorrow morning, because it's Good Friday, so tomorrow is the day that I do my celebrations with my father. But I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone, no matter what it is. And for those of you that want the most accurate schedule updates, please feel free to hop in the Discord. But of course, there is no pressure. There are